next.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 13 years of age and older that are residents of the state of Colorado. Unless otherwise specified, employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or an entity associated with the contest may not enter. Full general contest rules are available at DenverSports.com.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Let's talk about your hair. If you're losing it and desire it back, then do what I did and go see Dr. Tanya Pauls at Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can personally attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but close to it. They put hair where you need it the most, and bam, it grows. It's actually science. Advanced Hair has it all. Top-rated Dr. Tanya Pauls, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins regrowing the very next day. Advanced Hair even guarantees it to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation today. Call 720-459-HAIR and you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. That's 720-459-HAIR. Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver, and they've changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. Become inspired with the before and afters at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
After a car accident, you might wonder, do I really need a lawyer? But at Postman Law, we go beyond the courtroom. We're your single point of contact for insurance, medical bills, and doctors. Get the outcome you deserve without the headache.
Call 844-POSTMAN, attorney advertising.
Most business owners and decision makers work hard but stay frustrated because customers simply don't know they exist. Marketing isn't about being flashy. It's about making sure people understand how you solve their problem. Audio, video, and online campaigns put your message where your customers are already paying attention. And your friends at DenverSports, they specialize in connecting customers to businesses. The moment you get clear and show up consistently, growth follows. Don't stay the best kept secret in town. Visit DenverSports.com and click on the Advertise with Us button and start growing today.
Roberto Coin is passion.
Roberto Coin is art.
Roberto Coin is love.
And Roberto Coin is right where you'd expect to find it. Williams Jewelers of Inglewood. I'm Dylan Williams.
And I'm Dylan's sister Shayna, inviting you to our exciting Roberto Coin Holiday Trunk Show Friday and Saturday, November 7th and 8th.
This holiday, give her the iconic fashion, the wearable Italian artistry of the incomparable Roberto Coin.
Handcrafted in Vicenza, Italy, these gorgeous 18-karat earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and rings have made Roberto Coin the #1 Italian jewelry designer in the world.
And this holiday, Roberto Coin jewelry starts at under $750.
So come find your passion and the perfect gift.
The Roberto Coin Holiday Trunk Show, Friday and Saturday, November 7th and 8th at Williams Jewelers of Inglewood.
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
On the corner of Bellevue and Broadway, where Colorado shines.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan, powered by Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic.
You're listening to Dover and Cecil on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
So no trades went down for the Denver Broncos. There were a handful of trades made yesterday. It was the third most active NFL trade deadline since 1990. And as we said yesterday, I'd imagine that just trend continues to ride in that direction with teams going all in or being giant sellers like the New York Jets were. I did see a little video. I don't know why parents do this. I don't know that it's funny to me.
Okay.
A dad is at home, and then his 2 sons come home from school, and they're all giant Jets fans. It's in New York.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. Talk about a burden being passed down. But the youngest kid was a huge Sauce Gardner fan. And so the dad's filming him and says, hey, I got bad news. While you're at school today, the Jets traded Sauce Gardner. And this kid starts crying and losing mind. He's like, where did he trade him to? Why did he do this? And then the kid's like, well, I'm a Colts fan now. I'm a Colts fan. His dad's like, no, that's not how it works. And the kid's like, no, I'm a Colts fan now.
Okay.
And it was just funny, but I'm also like, your kid's crying and having a tough moment. I don't know, you need to share that with the world.
Yeah, that seems unnecessarily cruel to me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that as a father, but whatever. This guy's the greatest dad ever. I don't know. And by the way, Andrew Mason was talking about this. Like, when is it okay to jump ship from your teams? And he said if it's bad ownership, because people are just looking at, like, the Jets, like, this is terrible ownership. I'm going to be a Colts fan or Broncos fan or whatever. Mace said that was acceptable. So I guess that's a question for the tribe today as well. Like, when is it okay to jump ship from your team? If you jump ship when your team is losing, you're a fair weather fan.
Of course.
But if you jump ship because your team is consistently having poor ownership decisions, then maybe that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
The world may never know.
Yeah.
It's a discussion for all sports fans.
And I also think, like, I mean, look, fans can do whatever the hell they want. Like, if you say, hey, I'm sick of this owner. They're terrible. I'm not riding with this guy anymore. And then the ownership changes, and you go, man, do I love that team. I'm going to get back on board. I think that's okay, too.
Yeah.
And also, like, if you're new to a city, I always thought, like, well, kind of embrace the sports teams. If you have allegiances, and then that team that you are aligned to then comes to your new town,
right?
All right, you can rock with your old crew, but like, don't just hate on the local teams for the sake of hating on the local teams if you call that place home now.
Right, and if you come in from another city, I don't need to hear about Chicago.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know you're Cubs. Oh God, I'm talking about Drew. I know you're a Cubs fan. I know you're a Blackhawks fan.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to hear about the Blackhawks. Thank you very much. But I think it's a fascinating conversation.
I like that.
Because I gave up on CU. Hell, I might give up on them again the way things are going. I won't. Don't at me, bro. But, like, when CU was down in the dumps for over 10 years, I was like, I'm going to root for LSU, you know, because I have a lot of...
I was going to ask you that. Like, is it I pick another team to root for, or they're just not a part of my life anymore?
I'm going to pick another team. I love college football.
Yeah.
It's the one time I can kind of let my brain go and be a fan, right? I can't really do that with the NFL. Can't really do that with the NBA anymore. But college football I can. So I jumped the bandwagon and jumped on with LSU during right before the Joe Burrow era.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, enjoyed some success there. And now with Dion, I was back, and then now it's just bad.
Yeah.
And you can tell that from the TV numbers as well. We've got some interesting things
We're gonna
about
get
CU
into that.
we'll get to.
We're going to get into that. See, for me, it was like when CU started to be bad, I just stopped watching college football.
Really?
Stopped taking it
But
in.
the product is so good.
Well, then I'm like watching the night games that are the powerhouses.
All right.
I always kind of kept my eye on Big Ten stuff because I'm a Big Ten guy. But it was kind of out of sight, out of mind for me for a while because the Buffs were so terrible.
Well, and I don't feel bad, but I just want to know from folks out there in the tribe, like, when you jump off a bandwagon, why? Why'd you do it? How'd you feel? Did anyone leave the Broncos when they struggled for 10 years? You know what I mean? And that was bad ownership because the trust was awful. The trust was one of the worst things to happen to this team. Sorry. Not sorry.
Don't say sorry. The trust was a get-rich-quick scheme.
They're
for the
there to
three
make
people
money
involved.
for themselves, yeah.
The trust were... I can't actually say that part, but they didn't do good stuff.
Well, maybe, unless I was in the trust. Why wasn't I in the trust?
If I was in the trust, I'd have loved it.
Yeah, exactly. I keep printing money?
Still be running that thing down
I got to
there.
play pretend owner? Awesome.
All right, I want to hear from Sean Payton. So no deals done at the deadline. Is it all right? Can they still get to where they want to go without additions to the roster? Well, Sean Payton was asked about the lack of movement yesterday.
I mean, George and I each day talked about different things, and that's just how it turned out.
Coach, did it get close at all?
No. I think we discussed a few things, but all good.
All right. Well, one of the things that you discussed was that wide receivers.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that. We've invested in, we like this group and where we're going.
So some fun stuff there from Coach.
Okay, yeah.
Now, that's the right answer at the back end. Because then you hear that if you're Troy Franklin, if you're Pat Bryant, if you're Marvin Mims, or I don't think Cortland Sutton's too worried about trades with his position, but You hear that and you go, oh, no. Coach said we're all good. He trusts us fully. When, there was more than just smoke around the Broncos being involved in a trade and chasing a wide receiver. I assume there were some calls made. It was Jordan Schultz, right, that said the Seattle deal that went down that they were in on with Rashid Shaheed in New Orleans. I would assume there were some conversations had there.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't go down, so now they're trying to save some face and not let your young wide receiver room get emotional.
All right, get emotional in a young wide receiver room that has Troy Franklin with more targets than Cortland Sutton.
Mm-hmm.
I even asked Joe Lombardi about that yesterday.
He was like, what, we do?
Huh? What? Troy Franklin? Who's that? But it's interesting because that shouldn't be the case. It shouldn't be the case. If Troy Franklin was taking the league by storm by like Puka Nacua,
yeah.
Then you'd be like, oh my God, the Broncos have a version of Puka Nacua. He's not taking the league by storm. He's all right. He's okay, right? Like I don't have most weeks. I don't have any issues with Troy Franklin. Some drops here, whatever. I think they're trying to force it too much. I think the whole college teammates, like, oh God.
Real quick, when you say they, Bo or Sean?
Bo. I think it's Bo.
I agree.
I think it's Bo.
Mm-hmm.
Because there should be an emphasis on Cortland Sutton that's not there. And Court's okay with that, and I don't like that.
I think Court should be a little bit more vocal.
I think Court should be kind of a diva, and not over the top, but like Court doesn't demand the ball. And brother, he should. He should. And I talked to him yesterday. I'm like, man, I would like it if Cortland Sutton was more vocal.
I think it would be something like, you don't be tweeting stuff on Instagram trying to be cryptic.
Right. AJ Brown stuff.
Go to Bo Nix and say, hey man, when you see me with one-on-one, I feel really good about that matchup.
Right.
Throw me the ball.
Throw it up there. Let me go get it. And that's a way, like, there's no trade. You didn't trade for a wide receiver, but you just need Troy to continue to progress. And again, next year is when we can really judge Troy Franklin.
Yeah.
It's his third year. This is his second year. He's got more targets than Court. That's just wrong. That's just wrong. Unless he was blowing it up and being like Puka Nacua. But he's not. And Sean's not using him that way. Although there is a player Sean could use like Puka Nacua if he wanted to.
Who's that?
Pat Bryant.
Okay.
Do you know the Rams? And we're not doing a Rams show, but the Rams line up Puka as a tight end on a lot of formations. And then they do like insert motion where you motion around. It's not that stupid fake jet sweep. Insert motion, Puka will come around and then lead the blocking for the running game.
That's impressive.
So
that's impressive.
They do a condensed formation. Puka's actually the tight end in that formation. He'll come around and be the lead blocker for Kyron Williams. So could Sean be a little more creative, a little bit more modern? Insert motion, exit motion.
He sure could.
Escort motion. These are all three things that are the league trend, and the Rams are leading the way. That's why their offense looks unstoppable.
Okay. Escort motion. I think Denny Nagel was into that back in the day. So if my memory serves me right, I'm not 100% certain on that, but I believe that was the story. All right, a couple quick texts here. Cecil Miguel says, so it's okay to jump off the Rockies ship and get on the Dodgers? Miguel, hey, if you want to, man.
Dude,
I think that's
almost,
okay.
and this sounds bad, and Spivak's probably going to throw something at me. Last night, it just came across my timeline of the old 80s Yankees logo. The old one with the bat and the top hat, the America.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid collecting baseball cards in the 80s, I flippin' loved that. I loved that old logo and that look. So I saw that T-shirt. It was Mitchell and Ness. Came up on my feed. I saved it. I didn't buy it, but I almost saved it because I don't have any baseball allegiance, but I was like, I do have a red Yankees hat because of Fred Durst, but old Yankees logo. Would I be a poser if I jumped on?
Yes, the Yankees, yeah. It's a cool logo, though. It's
It is an awesome logo. I love that logo.
I wish they
dude.
actually still used it more often.
I know. When I saw it, I hadn't seen it in years, dude.
But like for baseball allegiances, given, that we're from Colorado, pick whatever team you want. I do not care.
Wow.
As long as it's not the Colorado Rockies, pick whatever team you want. I will not judge you.
I grew up, I loved Barry Larkin growing up as a kid.
Yeah.
I thought he was I still think he was a stud at what he did. So I just kind of drew towards Cincinnati because I thought Barry Larkin was the freaking bee's knees. So I still sort of it's fun to keep an eye on the Cincinnati Reds. Although,
isn't your pops a Reds fan?
He is. Most of my family
because the Big Red
Reds
Machine back in the 70s.
It's Reds or Cubs where we're from in Indiana because you just pick what side of the tracks you're on.
Okay.
So my grandpa Dwayne, diehard Cubs fan, but everybody else kind of lives and breathes with the Reds. So I don't know. I also think I don't know why I think this with just baseball. This is how stupid my brain is. I think you could wear any baseball hat to match your outfit, and I won't even say anything about your allegiances. Like, oh, damn, your hat matches your kicks. Nice work today.
So I can wear a red hat to the back like Fred Durst.
I completely agree with that statement.
Oh, really?
I'm totally on board with that. I'm actually one of those, like, I'm a diehard Cubs fan, but I have several different baseball hats of different teams just because, A, I like the hat, and just so it matches certain things I want to wear.
Goes with the shoes.
Absolutely.
Like all right, we're on board.
But you have
Totally.
to.
We both
That's
have
one of my
crazy
don't be
brains.
that guys. And this is why I'm a little bit nervous about getting Yankees gear. It's a don't be that guy. If you're wearing gear of a team, at least know a little bit.
Yes.
Even my daughter, when she like wears my Broncos jerseys or something, I'm like, make sure you know, Walter Payton's career rushing record. You know what I mean? Like, so if I'm wearing a Yankees hat, I better be able to say something about the Yankees.
Although I'll say this, like, if you're going to get a Yankees hat, you can't wear the red one.
I have the red one.
They
already.
don't wear the red Yankees hat.
But no, but that's Fred Durst.
Yeah,
I'm
I
doing
don't
it for
care.
Limp Bizkit.
Don't care. No.
there's just one exception.
It's got to actually be the hat that they wear on the field in order for you to wear it.
All right. The Fred Durst, I will give you a pass on that because it's like for the guy.
Yeah.
And it was like his staple a little bit.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't know why. It's just baseball. Baseball hats. You can do whatever
Baseball
you want.
hats.
All right, let's go inside the internet. You mentioned Andrew Mason earlier, Cecil, and he wrote something at DenverSports.com that you discussed, and I want to dive deeper into that. Simplifying things on a short week. I think it's going to be a blessing in disguise, and we'll talk about it next.
This Veterans Day, Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan needs your help as we look to give back to those who have served their country. Teaming up with Foundation Cadillac, Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is giving away 1 year of free oil changes to one of our state's many veterans. To nominate a current or former service member, head to denversports.com/veteran. That's denversports.com/veteran. To all our nation's veterans, we at Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan thank you for your service. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Over 90,000 five-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage doors is what we do. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
If you've been injured in Colorado, you want Wilhite. After an accident, you want Colorado's accident experts on your side, the Wilhite Law Firm. Get your free case review right now. Just call 303-GOOD-LAW today or visit WilhiteWins.com and win big with Wilhite.
Looking to sell your used Rolex watch? We buy and sell pre-owned Rolex watches. All styles, from old to new. Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthew's Fine Watches and Jewelry. Bring in your Rolex watch and we will buy it on the spot. No shipping your watch off to the internet site and waiting to get a check. Bring your used Rolex into Matthews. We have been servicing Colorado since 1951. Located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center. Matthews, we buy, sell, and service Rolex watches.
Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry, located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center or online at MatthewsFineWatches.com.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
She misses her friends more than she can imagine, but she's proud to be serving her country. He thinks of his wife and his children every minute of every day, but he knows he's protecting and preserving freedom for them and for the nation. They're the members of our United States military. Hundreds of thousands of brave men and women have served before them. Others follow their footsteps. They are our country's finest. This is Glenn Jamron for the Alpine Bank family, member FDIC. November 11th, our nation officially pays tribute to all veterans. But here at Alpine Bank, there isn't a day that goes by that we don't give thanks for those who have served and are serving. Alpine Bank, committed to Colorado and you.
Hey, sports fans, did you know that O'Mara owns GMC on 104th? And now it's time to check them out.
That's right, and O'Mara GMC announces the lowest lease payments of the year. GMC Hummer, just $549. Sierra 1500, just $479.
Lease a GMC Hummer for only $549 a month or a Sierra 1500 for just $479?
That's O'Mara GMC on 104th. OmaraGMC.com.
Stock SZ167052 and SU104091. See the website for complete details.
Ever tried fixing an outlet yourself? First, you watch a DIY video, then you grab your tools. Next thing you know, sparks are flying and your hair looks like you just licked an electrical socket. Let's avoid that, shall we? Piper Electric has been providing expert electrical service since 1983. Repairs, upgrades, EV charger installations, even commercial and industrial. They do it all and do it right. They're giving you $50 off your next service. No fried hair required. Call 303-422-9219 today. Piper Electric. Leave the electricity to the experts.
If you're hiding from the IRS or living in fear due to a tax problem, free advice is here. Join Advanced Tax Solutions' free online workshop Wednesday, November 19th or Thursday, November 20th at 5:30 p.m. Get answers, ask questions, call 303-753-6040 to register.
Need a new water heater? Euro Plumbing has lifetime warranties, great financing, and low pricing. 720-500-3000. 720-500-3000.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Joel Klatt, the nation's leading voice in college football, joins Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth every Wednesday morning. Presented by Groove Toyota. Here we go. Tune in at 8:10 for exclusive insight, bold analysis, and maybe just a hint of shenanigans. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. From conspiracy theories to cat videos, the World Wide Web can be a terrifying and beautiful place. So strap in and follow Dover and Cecil down the wormhole as they take you inside the internet.
This, Jen, is the internet.
What is going down inside the internet? Well, we like to start at DenverSports.com, where I'm reading a story by Andrew Mason, and the headline reads, "For the Broncos, less is more in Thursday night preparation." That is a beautiful headline to read. Cecil, you kind of give us a hint as to what you found out yesterday. You and Mace were down there, and both figuring out some great information that leads to simplifying things for Sean Payton. I love the idea of this. I really like this, the way, the analogy that Andrew Mason uses here. Says, were the Broncos a band preparing a set list for a concert, they'd be playing the hits this week. This isn't the time to play the cuts off the new album or attempt a free-form jazz exploration in front of a festival crowd.
Okay.
Good stuff from Andrew Mason there. He's saying, hey, it's a short week. You don't need to out-trick anybody. You don't need to get too smart. You need to do something we've said for 9-10 weeks now. You need to keep it simple, Sean. And it sounds like that's exactly what you learned yesterday.
Yes.
And Andrew learned yesterday.
Yeah, and I just learned based on that quote from Mace that he's not a pothead because he would have said the jam band instead of like an impromptu jazz thing.
Freeform jazz exploration.
Yeah, all my buddies that are into jam bands, I'm like, what? Okay, all right. You do you, buddy. But yes, keeping it simple is the kind of mantra for the Broncos this week. Not because of the opponent and they're down and they're overlooking the Raiders, just because this is what you have to do. Sean talked about it, of course, because he's got so much experience, which he does, and about how the Thursday night games used to be just like Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? And that's how he learned to adjust and adapt. And then when Thursday night became a real thing and a consistent thing in the NFL, now all teams have to adjust. And the way you do that is you play your hits. What are the favorite plays that work? What's Bo's favorite plays? What do you like to do?
What's
to me,
JK's favorite plays?
Well, and here's the thing. You're setting yourself up. If you're doing this and saying this and prompting this, you better look good Thursday night.
Yeah.
You have any struggles? I thought you simplified it. I thought you played the hits. I thought you played your favorite plays. You would better look good against the Raiders. I have a good feeling they will, but that's what they're setting themselves up for. We're going to play the hits. Well, they better be hits on Thursday.
And if it is, man, it can open up. Like the simplifying, I'm saying open up, but maybe it's the wrong term because it's not going to open up. But it should show Sean what it can be with simplification. And then if you master that stuff, you get through the Chiefs game, you go play at Washington, you go, hey, man, we've kind of dialed it back a little bit. Let's add a layer to this one play. Let's add a level to this certain package. Then you can get to some of those things. I do have to, maybe we take a quick break on the sports talk for a second. You're down on jam bands. And we have a text from the 289er. That's what they've asked us to refer them as to, 289er.
Yeah.
Jam bands make my head explode. I didn't know this was like a thing of, I'm into jam bands.
You're into like Fish and Grateful Dead and all that?
Yeah, not really Fish.
Okay.
But Grateful Dead for sure.
Yeah.
Like Stretch Armstrong back, like some of that stuff back in the day. Like,
okay.
I'm into jam bands.
I'm into mosh pits. So okay. There's a difference.
And I could do both. But like at 41...
You can't do mosh pits. Well, I guess you can. I was going to say you can't do mosh pits when you're stoned out of your gourd, but...
Dude, they're all stoned out of their gourds. Every single one of them are.
Okay, let us know. You pro jam band or not? We're talking about baseball hats. We're talking about jam bands. We're talking about Gabe Landeskog taking it to some rookie last night. We got a lot of stuff to get to.
I just thought it was in it. I'm like, wait a minute. He just said jam bands.
No, I thought the division was like metalheads versus potheads.
Okay.
Like, if you're a stoner, you're going to be into jam bands and Grateful Dead, man, and the Jerry Bears and whatever.
Yeah.
And if you're a metalhead, you're like, I need a 3-minute song that I get all of my energy out and I got to knock your shoulder out of place.
See, here, I guess we're different of like, I believe they're all stoners. One of them just has more energy than the other one when they're under the influence. Because the jam band guy's like, this is awesome, man. Wish I had a cushion to sit on and listen to this music. And the stoner metalhead guy's like, let's kill someone in a mosh pit.
Yeah, you're playing Frisbee golf and metalheads are running into each other.
That's exactly right.
We're big dumb animals, everybody.
All of us are. All of us are. That's exactly right. So go check out Mace's piece. Did a great job writing it. And like I said, Cecil's explaining it on the radio show. Mace has it in the written form there. I love that that's what we're hearing, that things could be simplified this week for the Denver Broncos.
Where'd you hear that?
The internet.
And you believed it?
Yeah. They can't put anything on the internet that isn't true.
All right, we haven't talked too much about this stuff with the Steve Ballmer situation. Yahoo Sports has the story this week that Clippers owner Steve Ballmer is being sued by 11 aspiration investors. That's that tree company who allege that Ballmer used the company to secretly funnel millions of dollars to Kawhi Leonard, and all of this, of course, per Pablo Torre. Cease, the NBA would love for this to go away, would love for this to, hey, the season started, it's about ball right now. Who cares about this controversy that's going on? Yahoo, Pablo Torre, they're certainly not going to let this go away. And I don't know how the NBA does not, what do you do? How do you not punish Steve Ballmer in some sort of way? I don't know that they're going to ask him to leave the club. He's one of the richest dudes in the club.
Right.
And they want him around that.
Right.
But a slap on the wrist, it would show every other NBA owner that you can basically do whatever you want.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying. And they were cheating and they got caught. So here's the problem, though. Here's the 1,000% problem. It's Adam Silver, man. You think he's going to do anything right?
I doubt it. I doubt he's going to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot good to say about him, so I probably shouldn't say anything about Adam Silver, but he's the worst commissioner in all of sports. He is absolutely terrible. The NBA has taken such a fall from not necessarily grace, but we've always had questions. Ever since we learned refs were on the take, we're like, oh, is this whole thing rigged? And now Adam Silver is just like, oh, they got the Portland thing. Hey, this Ballmer thing. Like, it's just terrible. Absolutely terrible. And I know that there was controversy in the 80s. I know that under David Stern, there's plenty of like suspensions for Jordan or whatever conspiracy theory you want to go down. All I know is this sport is fantastic. We all love the sport of basketball, but the representation that we get at the top from the NBA is sad. And they should make a major fine. Like, there's no way you should be able to do this. That sort of fine for Steve Ballmer.
Yeah.
They won't, because it's Adam Silver. I like the idea, but it's Adam Silver. He's terrible. He's awful.
Because he can't tell him you can't make money. He owns the joint. Like, he owns everything.
You could tell him to stay away.
He's suspended
stop
for
doing
a
the
while.
weird stuff like buying tickets for your fans to go sit behind the Nuggets game. Like,
how'd that work out for you,
God,
Steve?
Steve Ballmer is so annoying. Dude, I know you're a billionaire and you think, oh, I've done everything right. You're annoying. Stop. I don't care how much money you have.
It's also weird. He's behind doing the tongue thing and like yelling out loud. I don't know.
Yeah. It's just very, very odd.
Strange, man. By the way, text line's backing me up on this.
Okay.
Humphrey McGee's. I'm going to send you a playlist of Humphrey McGee, and you're going to listen to that, and I think you're going to come around.
Well, aren't they getting my back about the metalheads? Where's my metalheads at?
Not a ton. Not a ton. They're not mad at you. They just want you to try some jam bands.
I want to try some jam bands. Okay, do I have the time to try jam bands?
Well, dude.
I don't need 20-minute songs. If I want that, I'll listen to Rhyme with the Ancient Mariner by Iron Maiden.
The last time I went to go see Humphreys at Red Rocks, they did a Biggie song, and it was freaking awesome.
Okay.
So like, they can dabble a little
You're going to have some work to do to get me on jam bands. Sorry.
Keep sending some good ones, guys. We'll get them around at some point sooner rather than later. All right, hour one done. Just like that. Let's get into hour two, a.k.a. quarter two, talking about Darren Rizzy. Man, we've talked about special teams too much this season. He's struggling, and that's why we're talking about him. The special teams coordinator. Is it something that Sean has to step in and fix? Let's find out next.
Can Bo Nix escape Mad Max Crosby? How should Vance Joseph defend against Brock Bowers? Zach By and Philip Lindsay will break it all down in a special Thursday night edition of the Fan Football Pregame Show, live on game day from Mile High Station. Presented by Modelo. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
I should have had Done Right do it. Don't be that person that says this after ordering your remodeling project. Hi folks, Dan Cicchini, owner of Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. Simply put, we make people happy by being particular, just like you. 800-362-8370.
Catch Telestrator Tuesday weekly on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, where Stink or Stoke dive into the past weekend's games with a coach's eye, using insights into what went right and wrong on critical plays. Telestrator Tuesdays, powered by Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank.
Hey, Brandon Stokely here. Colorado Joint Replacement is part of Advent Health, one of the nation's largest healthcare providers. They offer innovative hip and knee replacement surgery with expert, compassionate care. To schedule an appointment, visit coloradojoint.org.
Whatever you're looking for when you head out into the wild, keep an open mind. Sometimes the real treasure is the journey itself. Sure enough, there's treasure out there. Sometimes it's something you didn't expect to find. And more often than not, it's as simple as the memories you make. Make some memories of your own with a new vehicle from Corwin Toyota. Family driven for over 100 years.
Hey, it's Kirk Herbstreit. On game day, great prep makes all the difference. Same goes for your pizza. That's why I go with Frigidaire Stone-Baked Pizza Oven. Fresh pizzas go from dough to done in just 2 minutes.
Whether you're throwing a party or squeezing in dinner between plays, this oven delivers hot, crispy, restaurant-quality pizza right from your kitchen. Only from Frigidaire. Game-ready pizza. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me. Like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old.
This is Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. If you've been seriously injured in a truck or car wreck, you want Wilhite. Get your free case review now. We've been voted best personal injury law firm for the last 3 years in a row. Visit WilhiteWins.com and win big with Wilhite.
For many of us, it's happened before. Your hair is thinning, crowns disappearing. Maybe the hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. The solution that worked for me, it's an incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts growing your own natural hair the very next day. And it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's the Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what if you want your own natural hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to world-class Dr. Tanya Paul's, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's why Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Broncos country. Football season is in full swing. Whether you're bundling up at Empower Field or heading to Boulder to cheer on Coach Prime and the Buffs, make sure you get there on time and in style. Let my friends at Hermsville Wide tackle the traffic and parking hassles for you, and all you need to do is sit back, relax, stay warm, and enjoy the ride while they get you to and from the game safely. So you can focus on the important stuff, like watching your favorite team stack those wins or making as many memories as possible with your loved one and friends. All you need to do is call Hermes Worldwide today at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents
in Thursday Night Football. Cannot wait to see what this simplified version of a Sean Payton offense looks like. That's the news today. Cecil found out yesterday out at Broncos Park, powered by Common Spirit. Short week means simplified, and that could be beautiful for the Denver Broncos.
I love it.
I want to talk some special teams with you, Cecil. Before we do that, I want to tell folks about the Fan Flyway back thanks to 303 Law 4040. This time, a lucky listener and a guest could be on their way to Phoenix in February for the biggest party in golf. If you win, and we want the tribe to be represented there, so we want someone from our show to win, you get 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver, 2 nights hotel stay, and $500 walking around money. For more information and to register, head to thefanflyaway.com. If you've entered one of our previous flyaway contests, you're already registered for this one, because once you sign up for a flyaway, you're automatically entered into all future Fan Flyaway. So good luck. Get signed up. Keep listening. We'll be calling names soon, and hopefully one will be yours. Sean was asked about his buddy Darren Rizzy yesterday, and the question posed to Sean Payton was, Sean, do you believe you'll have to step in at any time and help correct some of the issues over on special teams?
Yeah, listen, we spent some time on it. You know, we had a video of, again, the guys running on late. You know, so we showed that video in front of the team, and I said, this can't happen. It can't happen in nickel. It can't happen in base. It can't happen, so we really got to be on point. And sometimes the challenge, and this has never changed, when there's an injury or two and a core teamer is playing more on one side of the ball or other, are we getting the same focus still in the kicking game? And so we met with a few guys. Those guys are working, and we'll get that ironed out.
All right, so he's put an emphasis on the guy running on the field late, Q Robinson.
Yeah, it's Q Robinson, and he doesn't mention his offense, though.
No.
You can't run on late on nickel, and you can't run on late on special teams and stuff. Okay, Sean, we get it, but I'm not putting that on Q Robinson. Why don't you hold Darren Rizzy to task?
Well, see, with that one, I was going to ask you that, of like, with this specific instance, I actually do lean more towards the player as at fault, but it doesn't mean that Darren Rizzy is free of excuse.
Right.
Aren't you, when your child does something wrong, I judge the parent sometimes, right? And I think this is the same sort of situation here of Q Robinson. He has to be a bit more aware. You have, in his instance, limited responsibilities with a small role right now. We both like Q Robinson. You turned me on to him in training camp and started putting some eyeballs on him. But I would look at it as, hey, man, you're a rookie. I get there's a lot going on. You have a very limited role. Master that. Know when your number's called to be out there. But then at the same time, how is Darren Rizzy not counting as they go, recognizing there's a player short and being prepared for that. So neither of them are free from blame.
Yeah, but Darren Rizzy doesn't get blamed. And here's the thing. I get and this isn't at you, okay?
Okay.
So don't take this personal.
It's okay if you do. This is just radio, man.
I hate talking about special teams. I'm so mad at Darren Rizzy.
Amen, brother.
I'm so mad at Darren Rizzy because we have to talk about this. I'm like, why in the world do we have to do this? Because the unit is so bad. When last year, outside of a block kick, Coach Katwika had this thing rolling, man. And now Darren Rizzy comes in and Sean's just covering for his guy and doesn't hold his feet to the fire. Like, I would like some accountability from the special teams coach. And all I heard yesterday as I talked to Darren Rizzy was just like, hey, you know, I've done this a long time and I've had some lows and I've had some peaks and I'll keep doing it. A lot of confidence from Darren Rizzy, which I like. You know, I don't need a guy to be like, I suck now. But come on, man. You're throwing this all on a rookie that's sitting on getting some Gatorade? No, that's on the coach. Hey, punt team, get ready. We're almost on it. We got this. Let's go, guys. Come on, that's what every coach should be doing.
You know, that's such a great point on your part. They're preparing for third down to not be converted.
He should be ready.
With your guys. And hey, here's my 11 guys.
It's third and long.
We all know what's going. That's a great point. You know what? That's actually making me change my mind a little bit about still. I'm not going to give Q a complete pass.
Yeah.
But you're so right about, hey, it's third and long. Let's gather. Let's talk.
Right.
Our plan is in place. Quick count. We have 11. You mofos are running out there.
Yeah, and the rookie's sitting on a bench getting some Gatorade, man. I'm like... It makes more sense when you're dealing with a young player. Yes, you have expectations that he needs to pay attention, but you also have expectations from your veteran coach. Hey, you've been coaching for 30 years, Darren Rizzy. He talked about it yesterday. I got 16 in the league and 16 in college and 30 years, and I've seen okay, that's fine. I don't need your resume. I need your special teams to be so good that we don't talk about you.
See,
I'm sick of it.
That to me is now we work together, but we've also both worked with former athletes before. That's the athlete. When they run out of stuff to say, you don't know, man. You didn't play.
Right.
Oh, got him. That's what that was.
Yeah.
He's run out of stuff to say. No, I've been doing this forever. You guys wouldn't. It's over your head. You wouldn't understand.
Yes. It's just it's so complicated. Well, why was it so easy for Coach Katwika last year then? And why is it so difficult for you to have a disciplined unit that's dialed into what the game is doing?
I mean, think about this. I'm so glad you said you hate talking about special teams because so do I. But it's forced upon us with what we have here. The issues on offense. The defense is plug and play. They're an autopilot. They're going to dominate week in and week out. But the things on offense we believe are correctable and believe that they will be corrected maybe as soon as this week, short week, simplified, and you're playing a bad football team. It's a formula for success for these Broncos. Say they fix that. And then we still have to worry about Darren freaking Rizzy's unit? That's unbelievable. It's actually unacceptable is what it is.
As tight as everything is in the NFL, and everything's going to be close, and you're going to have to learn how to win one-score games. The Broncos are very good at that this year.
5-2,
I don't want their playoff chances. I don't want them in the playoffs. I don't want anything to be derailed by the part of football, sorry, it's just true, that most of us ignore. Maybe we shouldn't ignore it. It's a third part. There are 3 parts of this game, and it's a very important part. I'm not taking away from special teams, but there's so much to work on with this offense. You want the defense to keep rocking and rolling while covering up some issues there with Singleton, etc. I don't want special teams to ruin this season. And right now, I'm not seeing the trend. I'm seeing the offense. We've seen it have some sparks, right?
Yeah.
But without Marvin Mims, what's Darren Rizzy? Without an all-pro return guy, what is Darren Rizzy? Sean's friend?
That's exactly
That's coach
what it is.
forever? Okay, is he good?
Now, and you know what else I think about with this? And this doesn't matter because how much Sean has been in this league. But what do you think other coaches think about Sean? Of like, so you fired a guy that was successful just to bring in your boy? Why would I come and interview
Well,
with you?
other coaches are doing that too.
I guess that's true.
The
It's a
God's honest
king of
truth
nepotism
about
in
the
this league.
NFL, 2 things that are unfortunate. The NFL doesn't care about anything except making money. So even today, or excuse me, this month is the salute to service, and their gear is really cool. That's paid for.
The military.
The
pays for
NFL,
that.
the NFL doesn't actually care about the military and like, hey, military families. Like, no, they don't care. They're just making money and then selling us gear that looks really cool, and we're all suckers and we buy it. They don't care about that. And the coaching world, not the player world, but the coaching world is a good old boy network and everything that goes in with that.
Yes, it is. If you're in, you're really in. Just ask Darren Rizzy and watch what he's done. We'll get back to that because there was something else that was said by Sean yesterday about Evan Ingram. I want to talk about unlocking guys now that they did not make a trade. So we'll do that a little bit later on in the program. It's a Don't Be That Guy Wednesday, so don't forget, tell us who's grinding your gears right now on the text line and over on YouTube. And I want to revisit this gap conversation a little bit more, Cecil. I've moved the Broncos up. How far, and what's the difference between them and the Colts now that they've added an all-pro cornerback? That conversation's coming at you next.
The Fan Flyaway is back, presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, DenverSports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money all included. Head to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. DenverSports 1043 The Fan.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She could get a deal, book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Denver, get a cleaner workplace and save. Pike Janitorial, locally owned since 1994, uses eco-friendly products and will beat your cleaner's price by 10%. Guaranteed. Don't wait. Request your free quote now at DenverJanitorial.com. Clean you can count on.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. If you find yourself in a car accident, do not tell the insurance company you are fine. They will hold that against you even if you end up with medical bills 3 months later. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Are you one of those people who dread going to the dentist? If so, have you tried sedation dentistry? Learn more about sedation dentistry at coloradosedation.com. Sit back, relax, and dream with the most experienced sedation dentist and staff at Clarkson Dental.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Soldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24-monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended. Balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. Finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro, 256 gigs, $1,099.99, and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1H2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's Dover and Cecil on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, I want to talk about the gap in the AFC. It's kind of been a running conversation on the show.
The gap.
Over the last maybe month, 3 weeks or so.
Okay, I got it.
Before we do that, it is a Don't Be That Guy Wednesday.
Oh, boy, do I have some.
I've got one I got to share. And it's about the people that constantly complain about their lives, constantly think they're behind the 8 ball. Man, I could just never get ahead.
Mm-hmm.
You know why that is? Because you don't change anything in your life, and you expect things to just change just magically and get better for you, yet you still run with the same people, go to the same places, have the same routine day in and day out. If you're not doing anything to actively improve your life and then want the woe is me, sympathy, sob stuff from other folks, I don't mess with that. Don't be that guy. Don't be that gal. It's maddening when you have to deal with it regularly.
I've got a nickname for coworkers, and this may be specific to someone right here in the studio. Don't be what I call cordless.
Okay.
The person that only works for 2 hours?
Yeah.
But you're like, everyone else is working hard, and then all of a sudden you know somebody is only working 2 hours, and then they're kind of like floating around doing nothing, bothering you.
Yeah.
I call that cordless.
I think I know that guy.
I think everyone in their job has a cordless. Don't be cordless.
You don't want to
Don't be the guy that only works for 2 hours, and then everyone else is working hard.
And then sometimes that guy's like, do you see what I did?
Yeah,
you see
I totally did
see
that.
the work I did?
You see how I plagiarized these guys? Oh, I mean, no. I mean, just seriously, it's just cordless. Don't be cordless.
Sometimes the jokes are for us, and that was a good one, Cecil. I appreciate that. Send them in. Don't be that guy, gal, on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043 or over on the YouTube stream, Denver Sports YouTube.
God bless America.
Dover and Cecil stream. Joe Majestic's mad at you for not liking jam bands.
I'm sorry. I'm distracted. I'm a weak man, Josh Dover. You know this. I'm a weak man.
He says, don't be the guy that doesn't like jam bands. Free your mind, bro, says Joe Majestic.
Yeah, but as a metalhead, how can you like something that's like relaxing?
I feel like
you're
a mind-freeing fella. I feel like it'd be right up
Not
your...
at a concert. At a concert, I want to knock your block off.
Okay. I'll remember that when we go to a concert. All right, Cease, let's talk about this gap now. I had Indy behind New England a couple of weeks ago. I had them behind Kansas City a few weeks ago. I've had Indy in front of them basically since we started this conversation 3-4 weeks ago. And that hasn't changed. The Indianapolis Colts still sit atop the AFC for me. Daniel Jones is real. I was wrong about that. And even if he's not real and does come back down to earth at some point, they still have Jonathan Taylor, who's the best running back in the NFL right now. So adding a guy like Sauce Gardner with a high-powered offense that they already possess, yeah, they're top of the AFC. They're top of the NFL for me right now. But I think it's this time now, man, with what this defense is and what I believe will happen with this offense moving forward with some simplification. I have the Denver Broncos at number 2 now. Right up there behind the Indianapolis Colts. So I go Indy, Denver, New England, Buffalo. I still have Kansas City up there because I know they lost again, but it's still Mahomes and Reed, and I still have a hard time writing them off, followed by Pittsburgh and then the Los Angeles Chargers as my 7 teams in the AFC.
I need to see New England beat better teams.
I would like that too.
Yeah, everyone's fallen in love or, just kind of reinforcing what they thought of Drake May before the draft, which is fine. Drake May is an incredibly talented young quarterback. You're not yet beating teams, and you're not doing it in a way that would show, oh, they're ready. In fact, New England seems like the Broncos a year ago, where they're like, they're young, they're hungry, they're probably going to go to the playoffs and win, compete, but they're not there yet. That's the way the Broncos were last year. So New England hasn't necessarily caught the Broncos, in my opinion, and I would not have them number 3, just me. But it's like also at the same time, that's going to be a problem within that division. You look at the Baltimore Ravens. They are the most dangerous team, and their gap is huge.
Yeah.
Because they only have 3 wins.
See, and I thought about, like, where would I put the Ravens in this? But right now, it's tough to say, hey, the Patriots aren't on this list when they won 7 in a row, and the Ravens are 2 games under 500.
The Patriots will be there, should be there. Of course, you have a 90% chance of making the postseason now with that many wins, just like the Denver Broncos. But if the Ravens get hot, what they do, you can't deal with. Honestly,
no, you're right.
You know,
you're
Drake
right.
May, if you face the Patriots in the postseason, you can deal with Drake May. You can deal with those receivers, which nobody can name except for Stephon Diggs, right? You can, and it's Hunter Henry at tight end. They're not running the ball. Ramondre Stevenson's hurt with a toe injury, so it's like they don't trust Travion Henderson yet. They're going to Terrell Jennings instead of Travion Henderson, so that's a bit odd for that team. If the Baltimore Ravens get hot, you can't stop Derrick Henry. You're going to struggle against both of their tight ends. You got to watch out for Zay Flowers. Lamar Jackson as a runner. There's a lot of things there. By the way, do you want the most interesting piece of trivia I will give you today? Yeah. We don't do trivia on this show because, well,
we decided not to.
We just have opinions on trivia. Derrick Henry just this last week passed his NFL rushing total, passed just this last week his high school rushing total.
Holy hell. I mean, imagine a high school kid trying to tackle a Derrick Henry. We've seen what his stiff arm can do to grown men.
Yes.
And what that's doing to a 17-year-old.
He had over 12,000 yards in high school.
Was he just a running back?
And he just passed it now in the NFL.
That's incredible.
Incredible. Yeah, so where's the gap at? I look at that team that's way back there that nobody's really watching because they fell off, and I go, oh, God.
They're dangerous.
If the Ravens get hot, they're more dangerous than anybody outside of maybe the Chiefs, because you had the Chiefs on that list.
Yeah.
The Chargers now without Joe Alt, I expect them to go in the tank, essentially.
Honestly, I probably should have replaced Baltimore there. I put them there because of their record.
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, and we have to pay attention to where teams are at now. Baltimore's dug themselves a hole. They may not get out of it.
Yeah.
They may be hey, they lose in week 18 to whoever they play, and you're like, oh, well, then now they didn't make the playoffs. Thank goodness, because nobody would have been able to beat them.
Almost just like the Bengals a year ago, right?
Exactly,
Man, they're getting hot at the right time, but they screwed themselves over so early.
Exactly.
That they're behind the 8 ball. I also wrote down 5 NFC teams. Obviously, we focus on the AFC, but just the top-tier NFC teams. How many of these guys do you think the Broncos are better than? They've already beat Philly, who sets the top of the NFC. Seattle's a pretty good football team right now.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay's coming back down to earth, and they've been destroyed by the injury bug. Green Bay, and then the Rams as that 5th and final team.
The Rams would be a dangerous team to play.
Yeah, they would.
A very dangerous team to play.
I don't think Seattle is anything that we take too lightly at this point.
Well, and Sam Darnold, does he turn back into a pumpkin come playoff time? You know, do they get too full of themselves like the Vikings did last year, celebrating and then go to the postseason after what they went 14 games? And then go to the postseason, get waxed.
Yeah, they did, because they did win.
We've seen this with Sam Darnold before. I need to see it in the postseason, but yes, they are very dangerous. And by the way, Rashid Shaheed is perfect, absolutely perfect for that team and what they want to do. So I look at Seattle, I look at the Rams. Rams are dangerous. And remember, the way they're using Puka Nacua, the Broncos could do that in a lesser version, of course, because he's not Puka Nacua yet, with Pat Bryant. Remember, insert motion, exit motion, escort motion. There's 3 new trends.
To say new concepts.
That Sean McVay is all over, and Sean Payton is, still doing the old end around. Here's that fake end around. Make it an insert motion, coach. I think the Broncos could kind of, in a way, and Sean would hate this, but copy what McVay is doing with the talent that they have.
Isn't that what the league is about? Hey, that worked. Let's do that and put our little twist on it.
Well, then why don't the Broncos do it? Any of the top league trends offensively, the Broncos aren't really doing.
No, they're not. They are not. A couple Don't Be That guys from our crew here. We have Jay at the 4-letter. He's writing #tribe. Don't be the ghost girl. Dating in your 40s is hard enough. Just say what you mean and mean what you say.
Okay.
So girls are out there ghosting as well.
Ghosting is weird to me. Again, I'm old, so I don't have to deal with that kind of stuff.
Doesn't it seem like a 20-something thing?
Yeah, it seems like a 20-something, like I'm just going to stop talking to you. Oh, okay. That's weird.
And also, you could be honest. You could say, hey, don't like you. Going to try somebody else.
Hey, met somebody else.
Right.
Moving on.
That's okay to do sometimes.
Yeah.
Don't just be honest with what you're doing.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's just weird. They using filter all the time, lady or man.
Oh, men are doing
Come on.
it too.
I don't know. I'm just trying to be nice. But like, hey, you see a little bit too much of that too. You're like, I've seen you in real life. You don't look like that in real life. And listen, I wear makeup. Okay,
Right.
like I wear makeup, and I'm saying that. But like, okay, the filters, it's a little much. And by the way, just for anyone that asks, it's in my beard. Sometimes my beard's a little darker.
Get the gray beard. Get rid of the gray beard, I guess.
A little bit.
There's nothing wrong with that.
The nice thing is, well, we're men, so we're going to be distinguished when we're old.
Yeah, we look smarter. We're still just as dumb. We just look smarter.
Oh, yeah, we're totally dumb.
Yeah.
And we've been in Are we the only ones in this station
I
that have
don't
been
know.
in jail?
I don't know.
We brought it up, and like it's normal for you and me. In our past,
it's been a while.
It's been over 20 years for me.
Yeah.
Like, come on. But it stinks. Like, I've never been to jail. And, of course, Drew's all offended. Like, I've never been to jail. I'm such a good person. I'm like, no one's ever been in county.
I would imagine that Stink has done some jail-like activities.
Worthy things, yes.
But he grew up in such isolated areas that they're, by the time the police got there, he's tucked in at home eating his warm soup,
Yeah. Stacking ice cubes up.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
He was living in his ice fort.
All right, let's hear a bit more from Bo. Did Bo get a little snippy with y'all yesterday?
He was a little passive-aggressive. I didn't like it.
Was he a little upset about a certain question about why they struggle? Well, we'll play the clip and let you judge for yourself next.
Will the Broncos avoid the trap game and earn their first divisional win of the season? Will Bo Nix and Evan Ingram finally get on the same page? We'll break it all down in the Fan Football Postgame Show, live on game day starting at the 2-minute warning. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything! The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu!
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
At Postman Law, we're not your typical injury firm. Our lawyers have won at the U.S. Supreme Court, gone head-to-head with giants like Uber and Amazon, and recovered billions for clients. When you've been injured, having the right lawyer matters. PostmanLaw.com. Others promise. Postman delivers.
Call 844-POSTMAN. Attorney Advertising.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
Looking to sell your used Rolex watch? We buy and sell pre-owned Rolex watches, all styles from old to new. Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry. Bring in your Rolex watch and we will buy it on the spot. Matthews, located in Highlands Ranch, serving Colorado since 1951.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Kudos.
Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text STUDENT to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text STUDENT to 323232 right now. Text STUDENT to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's STUDENT to 323232. Text STUDENT to 323232 now.
Don't let dirt, dust, and debris be the number one cause of breakdowns. Fixit 24/7 gives you a complete top-to-bottom fall furnace tune-up for $39. Book now at fixmyhome.com.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents
Offensively, in the first three quarters of about the last month, 5 weeks of football, and they still found themselves at 7-2. They are the comeback kids, finding a way in the fourth quarter, finding a way in the second half, but we'd all love for that to look better and a bit more balance so that we know that this success is sustainable. So, a couple of things that I want to hear from Bo Nix. The first up, what we talked about a lot yesterday, the fact that they did not make any moves at the deadline. Bo was asked about that on Tuesday.
Well, it's great. I mean, obviously, if there's a need, you want to get it, but we feel like we got all the pieces, and so sometimes when something like that happens, it shakes things up, and we got something good going, and we just want to keep riding this wave and finding ways to win.
All right, so they got something good going, and look, it's weird for a player to get asked that of like, yeah, no, I totally thought we would have traded. We needed somebody in this spot, and then the guy's like, wait, what a minute, thought I was your guy. So what is Bo supposed to say there?
Exactly, right.
And again, he's pumping up the guys that are on the roster that he has to see, deal with, and hang with every single day.
Yeah, it was interesting that George was out there on the practice field.
Watching stuff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's interesting that George, when they did a complete walkthrough yesterday inside, which is whatever, but it was interesting to see George was there. So, okay, how close were they? How many conversations did they have? Nothing happened, and we need to move forward with that, which means the players that they are relying on, Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant specifically, if they were interested in wide receiver, if they were interested in tight ends, then that means Evan Ingram, keep doing your thing, man. Whoever, in whatever position they were focused on in the trade market, they didn't make a move. So the players that are there that may or may not know they were interested, okay, now you've got to be better.
Do agents tell their players that?
Yeah.
They're like, hey, you were talked about, you were discussed.
Oh, yeah.
You were offered, something like that.
Oh, yeah. It's a big rumor mill. It's a big, hey, it's a hen house, basically.
Yeah. Because that's also like, hey, you go to work the next day and you're like, I know what you were doing behind the scenes, George.
Right.
And then that's interesting that George is on the field to me.
Well,
because that also real quick says like, all right, so George is getting some information. He has to run that by Sean and then say yay or nay whether or not they're in or out.
Standing there watching players that they may or may replace or trade away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So none of that happened. But here's the thing, and it goes into all corporations. Like, corporations are going to lie to you.
Yeah.
Period. If you're an employee, you're going to get lied to. Don't think that they're loyal.
A consumer or an employee, they're going to lie to you.
They're going to lie to you, right.
Yeah.
So if you're an NFL player, you just have to feel like, all right, I've got to take care of what I can take care of because the outside stuff, they could trade you in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm. That's 100% right. All right, and then the thing that Bo was a little grumpy about was the fact that they do struggle in the first three quarters, and he was asked, hey, can you put your finger on why your offense isn't as good in the first three as it is in the final quarter?
I think, if we can find a way not to have to play the number one defense in the league, that might help. But they're trying to keep us from scoring at the same time we're trying to score. So it's not easy, and we found ways at times. And the good thing is we've fooled guys like you to believing that's easy at some point in the game. So I think that's, we always want to score every drive. That's, point blank period. That's our goal. sometimes we fall short of that goal, and we have to, rely on the next drive and go score the next drive. But, I think at times we execute better than others, and then we just got to find a way to execute all of them like they're the most important thing ever. And we're always really close, and so that's the good thing.
All right, a couple of things there. Up front, that's just a bad answer. We don't have to play the best defense in the league every week. Mr. Nix, explain Philadelphia. Explain London against the Jets. Explain the first 3 quarters against Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo and the New York Giants. That's a bad answer from Bo. I don't like that part.
Well, I don't like the passive-aggressive part. Here's the sad thing, and this is really sad. I want him to go out there and win games, so I don't really care if he's like actually comical or humorous or whatever. Yeah. That's him trying to tell a joke. I've said it before, because watch Peyton Manning on commercial, and Peyton was this when he played, too. Peyton is brilliant. Mm-hmm. He's got comedic timing. He's charming. Like, he's brilliant when it comes to comedy. That was Bo trying to be funny, and it makes him sound like a baby.
Yeah.
So maybe, Bo, you could dial back on the jokes. We don't need you joking up there, because did you hear the, half laugh? I started glaring at people that were laughing. I'm like, that wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny.
Yeah, but people kind of did the Dove Valley laugh.
That's the media laugh of what are we supposed to do here?
Bo.
And look, maybe he is tired of the questions. You know what I'm tired of? Watching you look like that until the fourth quarter starts. So the questions are more than fair. And you continue to look the way that Bo Nix has looked in the first 3 quarters and then becomes Superman in the fourth frame, well, then those questions are still going to be asked your way, and they're more than fair to be asked his way.
Yes, they are more than fair. And, look at the, Ant Credit Union commercial where Bo's trying to be funny. Like, you can't dunk? What do you mean you can't dunk? And
he's
then
yelling
Stella,
at the old lady behind him.
Is it Stella? What's the old lady's name?
You just said Stella because that's an old lady's name.
I don't know. He calls her name, and I'm like, why is he so mad at her?
Stella or Matilda. Those are the only old
ladies'
names.
So, like, Bo tries to have fun, but he's not like funny in the way that Peyton Manning is.
No.
So, like, just don't tell jokes at the podium. Go up there and give us your best answer.
And look, you're mad about the question. Here's my evidence. Parker Gabriel has the tweet with a little graph showing every quarter from Bo Nix. Quarter 1, he's got a 58% completion percentage with 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Quarter 2, he's got a 60.4 completion percentage with 7 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. That's a pretty good number right there. Quarter 3, a 61% completion percentage, 0 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Fourth quarter sees 64% completion percentage, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception, a quarterback rating of 105, and he's rushed for almost 100 yards, 18 attempts at 98 rushing yards in the fourth quarter. All right, you want to call it the clutch gene? Of course, you want your quarterback, you want every player on your team to have that, but why the hell does it look like that in the first 3, and then you become Superman in the fourth?
Right.
That's just the numbers there are right in front of us. Bo has no reason to be mad when we have the evidence right in front of us.
Well, we have the evidence because Bo said in that answer, besides being passive-aggressive, trying to be funny, and it wasn't funny, he also said, like, well, hey, they're trying to stop us, and it's really hard. Okay, well, what about the fourth quarter when they can't stop you? That is within the Broncos. It's there, and it's there in the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, and obviously in the fourth quarter. But where my confidence comes is not only in faith, and I live a faith-based life, but, like, it's also, I've seen this offense look dominant only in the fourth quarter and only against the Cowboys for a complete game. But, like, they can do, I know it's hard and they're trying to stop you. So in the fourth, they're not trying to stop you. You can do that more often. You can be more consistent. You can be one of the most dangerous offenses in the NFL. You're already one of the most dangerous defenses. If your offense can get, like, 75% of what your defense is. My God, this team's going to be tough to beat.
Yes, they are. Text lines are letting us know. Elsie. Old lady's name is Elsie.
Elsie, that's right. Yeah, Elsie.
He's like, come on, Elsie.
Why is he so mad at her? Does he know Elsie? Why would she follow him to the bank? Is she trying to rob him? Like, that's weird.
Oh.
She's also in an old Camaro. And I'm like, well, that's a cool car.
Yeah.
How did Elsie get that car? Elsie working that game?
Right,
that dope game?
Bo Nix.
Elsie in that dope game.
I didn't realize she was in a Camaro. Now I definitely want to take a look. Like an old Camaro?
Yeah, 60.
Nice.
I believe it's a 69.
All right. Elsie is her name. Shout out to the tribe getting us right there. All right, we need to check our X, something that we do every day around 11:45. Find out what's going on on our timelines that you need to know about. I actually do want to talk a little bit more about Baltimore, Cease. You said that. Should we be worried about the Ravens? We'll go over some numbers as to why we both believe we should be as AFC West fans. And then it's a little bit down the road, but the Avs could be in store for a real fun hockey game in 2027 at a very unique place. We'll tell you what it is next.
This Veterans Day, Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan needs your help as we look to give back to those who have served their country. Teaming up with Foundation Cadillac, Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is giving away 1 year of free oil changes to one of our state's many veterans. To nominate a current or former service member, head to denversports.com/veteran. That's denversports.com/veteran. To all our nation's veterans, we at Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan thank you for your service.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Fellas, I got a question. Are you feeling any of these 5 symptoms? Decrease in your sex drive. You're putting on weight. Less productivity at the gym. You just don't see the same gains that you used to. Poor sleep, waking up feeling tired, groggy, you got that brain fog, or are you sad or depressed? If you're feeling any of those things, why do you want to live like that? And to just say, oh, it'll go away. Wrong. If you're in your late 30s, early 40s like I am, this probably has a lot to do with your testosterone levels. And if they're low, it's never going to get better. In fact, it's going to get worse. All of those feelings will be amplified as you get older. But the one thing you can do is what I did. I went to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com, took their low T quiz, then set up my first appointment. They drew my blood. Results came back in about 30 minutes. A Colorado licensed medical provider reviewed those results, then sat down and talked with me and gave me 2 options, actually multiple options, one of which I signed up for, testosterone treatment right then and there. Did not have to pay my first appointment fee, so saved the $100, got my first pain-free booster shot, and then in about 2 weeks, I started to feel the results. Libido is back. Productivity at the gym there. Sleeping through the night, that was a big one for me. That way I have energy to get through the day and work. So fellas, like I said, don't chalk it up to just being an old guy. It's never gonna get better, but it can at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
These days, losing weight is such a roller coaster. You try the new medications, and when you stop taking them, you gain it all back.
Today is a new day.
Today is a new day. Today is a new day.
Let Soda Weight Loss teach you the healthy, natural way to let go of the weight for good.
Do you know how good it feels to let go of 51 pounds of belly fat? And I did it without drugs, shots, or hunger. Because Soda Weight Loss works. Just look at all the Google reviews and all the thousands of before and after pictures.
For a limited time, 2 people can start with Soda Weight Loss for the price of 1.
What does that mean? It's more fun?
Double the motivation, double the results, half the cost.
The best decision I've made in a long time was just to call Soda Weight Loss.
Take advantage of Soda Weight Loss 2-for-1 partner program. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com. Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
What is the single most important thing you're searching for in life? An impossible question? It's right on the tip of your tongue. My name is Glenn Jameron. I'm president of Alpine Bank, member FDIC. More than anything else, you're searching for someone who cares about you. Over the years, you've learned that finding someone who cares starts with you first caring about them. How? You do what you can to help others feel seen. You genuinely listen to others' points of view. You value their thoughts, even when you may not agree with everything they say. You're committed to having compassion for others. Makes sense to Alpine Bank. Alpine Bank, committed to Colorado and you.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan brought to you by Flanagan Law.
Tune in to Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season.
Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan.
DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. Don't at me, bro. It's time to check your ex.
Why are you stalking me?
No, not that ex.
Twitter, unfollow.
Here's Dover and Cecil to help you swipe, scroll, and screenshot your way through today's top headlines.
Power of social media. I'm on Team Gets It.
Are you on Team Gets It? I got a couple tweets to share, and then I want to know what's happening on Cecil Lammy's timeline.
Oh, boy, wouldn't you? Well, I've shared the Latina baddies
yeah.
with you. Yeah, you do know what's on my timeline.
I had a good one yesterday.
Probably changes your timeline, too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Sorry to your lady, but hey, Cecil sends me Latina baddies,
it's
so
okay.
It's you know, what's what you got to do.
That's the beauty about my lady is she knows that we're simple-minded creatures and understands what's going on in my brain.
Don't be that guy or lady that's all like super peanut butter and jealous. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
I tell her all the time, I'm like, I got a really nice truck. Whenever we're on the highway and a nice truck drives by, I look at it, you know? And I'm like, I wonder what it's like. What it's like to drive that truck, you know?
I see other Jeeps. I was like, what's it like to get muddy with that?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so a couple quick tweets and then find out what's happening on Cecil's timeline. You brought this up earlier, Cecil, but I think it's a great point, man. My sports update, Ari Mirov has this as well, but about the Baltimore Ravens, starting 1-5, winning a couple in a row, getting Lamar and a couple key players back. We know they made a move at the deadline, getting an old Bronco and Draymond Jones. And, man, I think that the Ravens, with what they're getting right, healthy, getting a guy like Draymond over there, and then the very favorable schedule in front of them. Earlier when I went over my list, like the Ravens are going to end up better than the Chargers, better than the Steelers. They may end up better than the Bills, depending on what happens there. Same thing with the Patriots. See what happens inside that division. They might be better than Kansas City when it's all said and done. I don't think it's any time to look at the Ravens and go, oh, no, the ship has sailed. I think they're just getting started.
Yeah, they're just getting started, and look out because they can go on a run, and they can be a problem in the postseason. And if you're the Broncos, this is why you need to keep your foot on the gas. You haven't done anything. The good thing is that locker room isn't acting like they're the king of the world. You know what I mean? That locker room is acting in a way like they have a ton to prove, because they do. They do. They haven't won a playoff game. So go to the postseason, be a threat, but watch out for these teams like Baltimore that could make a run.
All right. Now, I saw this the other day, and we just hadn't had a chance to get to it yet, but the NHL has announced they're going to play inside AT&T Stadium. It's not going to go down for about a year and a half, February 20th, 2027. Of course, that means the Stars will play host in the Stadium Series game, and the opponent is TBA. But we know what it was last year with Mikko and the hat trick in the postseason. And then before that, obviously, Mikko ending up in Dallas against a division opponent here for the Colorado Avalanche. The rivalry's already there. I'm sure there are a couple of other teams. The first tweet back to this is a Blues Twitter account that says it'd be great to see St. Louis there. But, I mean, Dallas hosting the Avalanche, Mikko at Jerry's World versus Old Club.
Yes.
I think this has to go down, doesn't it?
I want it there all day long and make it happen, because that, I hate to say much good about the Cowboys, but that's a great barn. That is a great stadium, and it's you spend your whole time looking up at that Jumbotron because it's right there and it's glorious. So, yeah, I would love to see this. I'd love for it to be Dallas, and let's get it on, man.
Maybe we make our first road trip for a hockey game. Have you ever gone to any of the Stadium Series ones? Outdoor hockey?
No.
I did.
The Coors Field one?
Coors Field one. I didn't do the Air Force one. And thank goodness. Turned out that was a disaster getting out of that joint. But I got to do the Coors Field one, and it was, I mean, dude, it was freaking awesome. I still have, I bought the little, floor hockey sticks with the commemorative Stadium Series logo on it and the little tiny stick, Sometimes I'll shoot him at Bruce. He's not a very good goalie, but, I still have him hanging around. The outdoor hockey is freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Any sort of experience, and hockey in person is the best sport to watch anyway.
Mm-hmm. Just bundle up and bring your cocoa.
Yeah.
All right, Cecil, what's happening on the old timeline?
Okay. Per USA Today, Pat Shurmur was stripped of his play calling duties, and you couldn't tell. Brett Bartolone was calling plays against Arizona. Tight end coach Brett Bartolone was calling plays against Arizona.
Who has called plays for Dion before.
Yes.
Over
Jackson
in Jackson
State.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is terrible. This is awful.
Did it get better or did it get worse?
I think it probably stayed the same, honestly, right? And personally, I don't believe it's a talent issue with CU. I believe it's a coaching issue, and it's a sequencing issue, and I don't care if it's Brett Bartolone or Bret Hart or name any Brett, right? I don't
Michaels.
care. It's you can tell your pops is home. It doesn't make it any better. So and Dion did this without announcing it. What's he trying to save face for Pat Shurmur?
I know.
And then he doesn't tell us, and then it happens to come out from a USA Today report.
Which, if you read the article, he's like, the person didn't want me to use their name because of how much turmoil. I don't know if that's the word to use, but how much trouble
whatever.
is
Yeah.
in the locker room right now.
Okay, yeah, it's not a great place to be, I'm sure, because they're not playing good football and they're not coached well. And that is on Dion Sanders. But instead of being honest, right, he says he wants to be transparent. Why does Dion always say something and then do the exact opposite?
Great question.
I want to be transparent. I'm not going to tell you guys. He could have easily said, hey, we're doing some play calling changes. I really appreciate Pat Shurmur, but I like to see what Brett Bartolone can do. He did it for me at Jackson State. He's working together with Pat, so I know he's going to be calling the plays, but Pat's still going to – I mean, he could have glossed it up.
Dude, you know what Dion needed to go up there and say yesterday?
Pat Shurmur's fired.
It would have been – well, that would have been nice. But even if it's not that and he didn't want to go there yet and it's coming at the end of the season when they don't go to a bowl game, we needed to make a change. We know that this season is not gone the right way. We don't think we're going to be – I mean, he wouldn't have said this part. The season has not gone the right way. We need to now know who's involved with this team moving forward. We're switching to Julian Lewis. We're switching play callers because we need to know what we have in our cupboards so that when we open them next spring to get ready for our next campaign, we're not stumbling out of the gates. We're, in fact, hitting the ground running. Dude, if Dion said that yesterday, I would be fired up that, oh, wow, it looks like this guy's actually getting it. Instead, he wants to go up there and he wants to be cute and he wants to come up with these clever little sayings and, rhyme all the time with what he's got going on. It sounds foolish at this point. You want to be transparent, but you don't tell us the truth. You're just talking out of both sides of your mouth and you're not making yourself look good in any way. It could have been very simple for him to save face yesterday and give Buffs fans that aren't groupies a reason to believe again, and he didn't do that yesterday.
Can the Colorado Buffaloes pay me $10 million a year to go rhyme and tell bad jokes at the podium?
Yeah. They probably won't pay you $10 million, but maybe you can get something out of them.
Okay. Give me that Jameis. The internet is undefeated because Carly Ursay, of course we have the Sauce Gardner trade, and I can't say what that caption says, but it's a picture of Carly Ursay, the acting owner for the Indianapolis Colts, and she's wearing a headset and a Colts hat, and it says, forget them picks.
Yeah.
There's another word there. And it's got people saying, this is from...
That's good.
Oh, my God, this guy's username is Glock Purdy. He says, that fine-ass cougar lady that runs the Colt is blanking cooking. So, yeah. Okay. That's what we're seeing. Indianapolis Colts fans with Carly Ursay running the show and being that bold to push all the chips in and trade the 2 first-rounders to get Sauce Gardner to shore up that defense with Daniel Jones at quarterback.
I got to say, dude, I respect what's happening so much with her. She's a rich kid. She was born on third base and halfway to home at that. So think about that. She could have just said, oh, I'm the acting owner. Cool. Send me a check. I'll be in my booth. I'll be at my mansion.
I'll be in the luxury box.
Watching the games from a heated leather couch in my woman cave, I guess, for her. But she didn't. She's leaning into this with the headset. Yeah. I actually think it's so cool. If I were a member of the Colts, be it a player, a coach, a scout, an executive, whatever it is, and I see her putting that kind of commitment towards this, it makes me want to grind even harder. It makes me want to work even harder. Oh, she's about this? I'm about this? Makes me want to go to war with that person.
Well, we've had the conversation today about, can bad ownership make you leave a team? And what does it take? I think all of us have, either flip-flopped or jumped bandwagons at some point. Maybe you haven't, and if you haven't as a sports fan, awesome. That's great. But I know that my allegiances, like baseball we were talking about earlier, have kind of wandered just because the Rockies are terrible and god-awful and embarrassing. And Walker Monfort, I'm losing faith, man.
See?
Walker Monfort, I'm losing faith. I still have faith.
Right.
I'll still walk with that, but I'm losing faith there. But, yeah, I think great ownership. Carly Ursay showing that she's a great owner for the Colts.
Yeah, I was a bandwagon fan growing up. Whatever, I'm like, oh, Dion's on the Cowboys now? Guess who's a Cowboys fan? He was a Niner? Guess who's a Niner fan? I just basically rode with whatever Dion Sanders was doing.
And I have another don't be that guy.
Oh, really?
Yes, don't be that guy, because there's different coworker nicknames, right? So when we see Cordless around here in the studio, Cordless, the guy that only works for 2 hours, we're totally calling him Cordless behind his back. We also have someone that I call Kit Kat. Kit Kat.
Yeah.
We have a Kit Kat, and that's not a name. That's not like a pet name or like
right.
Those type of names.
Kitty Cat.
Kitty Cat. It's not Kit Kat. Kit Kat's always taking a break.
Always taking a break.
Don't be that guy that every time you turn around, you're on break again? You just took the break.
Yeah.
Look at Kev. Kev knows exactly who I'm talking about. He knows exactly who it is.
I love this game.
This is a fun game.
I love it because we could call him Kit Kat and he won't know.
Uh-huh.
Kit Kat. I don't like Kit Kat. I like Snickers, guys. I'm going on break. You want me to get you something?
That's a fun game. I think we should do more of those later.
I got more.
You had what was the signal one?
Sensor light. Only works when someone walks past.
That's a great one right there.
Okay.
All right, that's what's on our timeline. Having some fun with it. One of our favorite segments to do every day, right around 11:45. All right, we're about 30 hours away from the Broncos and Raiders kicking off Week 10. What do we expect? A Broncos beatdown? Let's talk about that and how the Broncos can fix their offensive issues as soon as this week against the Raiders. That's next.
Can Bo Nix escape Mad Max Crosby? How should Vance Joseph defend against Brock Bowers? Zach By and Philip Lindsay will break it all down in a special Thursday night edition of the Fan Football Pregame Show, live on game day from Mile High Station. Presented by Modelo. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Roberto Coin is passion.
Roberto Coin is art.
Roberto Coin is love.
And Roberto Coin is right where you'd expect to find it. Williams Jewelers of Inglewood. I'm Dylan Williams.
And I'm Dylan's sister Shayna, inviting you to our exciting Roberto Coin Holiday Trunk Show Friday and Saturday, November 7th and 8th.
This holiday, give her the iconic fashion, the wearable Italian artistry of the incomparable Roberto Coin.
Handcrafted in Vicenza, Italy, these gorgeous 18-karat earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and rings have made Roberto Coin the #1 Italian jewelry designer in the world.
And this holiday, Roberto Coin jewelry starts at under $750.
So come find your passion and the perfect gift.
The Roberto Coin Holiday Trunk Show, Friday and Saturday, November 7th and 8th at Williams Jewelers of Inglewood.
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
On the corner of Bellevue and Broadway, where Colorado shines.
After a car accident, you might wonder, do I really need a lawyer? But at Postman Law, we go beyond the courtroom. We're your single point of contact for insurance, medical bills, and doctors. Get the outcome you deserve without the headache.
Call 844-POSTMAN, attorney advertising.
Peyton Manning here. Throughout my football career, staying healthy was a big priority, but bumps, bruises, and injuries were part of the game. And for me, it's not just the clinical excellence and expertise that sets a medical team apart. It's also the compassion, kindness, and empathy they show. At Common Spirit Health, healing is quality care and human kindness. And my friends at Common Spirit are teaming up with their partners to spread human kindness and create healthy communities. Common Spirit Health. Hello, human kindness.
Hey guys, boy Stink here today about my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if you can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house all cash and can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With a Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Catch Telestrator Tuesday weekly on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, where Stink or Stoke dive into the past weekend's games with a coach's eye, using insights into what went right and wrong on critical plays. Telestrator Tuesdays, powered by Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents
RamosLaw.com text line. Same question over there on the YouTube stream. Just search Denver Sports on YouTube, then you find it, and you click that Dover and Cecil stream, and you are in just like that. You got to don't be that guy. Perhaps you were late to the show this morning. That's okay. We'll give you a pass this time. Hit us up with your tribe roll call. Who are you? Where are you? What are you doing?
I feel very honored in our YouTube chat because Mel.
Oh, what's up, Mel?
Mel called me the good luck charm for the Colorado Avalanche.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mel's like our she's our lady Avs insider.
Avs insider,
Yeah,
right. And she's like,
crushing
were you in the building? I'm like, no, but I was watching, dialed in for Gabe's best game, and Gabe beating down that rookie to spark things for the Colorado Avalanche when they needed it the most. You watch the beginning of that game, and Wedgwood let that easy one through.
Sluggish.
And kind of not really paying attention. He talked about it after the game about how he needs to have his head on a swivel there in that sort of moment. I was mad initially, like really mad. Like, how do you let that easy one get through, Wedgie? And Wedgie Blackwood, there's no goalie controversy according to Coach Bednar, but he settled down as the game went on. He got better and became that wall that we know and love that is Scott Wedgwood. But yeah, I felt really honored that our hockey insider would be like, you're the Avs good luck charm.
Now you have to be locked in or in the building every single night.
Every single night.
Every single night.
Done.
They got it done last night. Got a victory over the Tampa Bay Lightning 3-2. That was also the cool moment. I told you yesterday. Anytime you play Tampa Bay, I'm going to go back to the moment, hanging with my bros, watching them win Stanley Cup, Gabe holding it up in the air. They went back and cut to some of that stuff yesterday. All the guys with their playoff beards looking all gnarly. That was very cool to see. And then the game itself, like you said, it was a little sluggish to start. Maybe you go first and second period. Hey, slow out of the gate. Definitely out of the first. That's why the captain got him going, throwing a couple haymakers, although he was dead-ass tired.
Yeah.
Looked like he was fighting in water. You ever try to punch in water? That's kind of what it looked like for Gabe Landeskog last night. But, I mean, they needed juice. He fought. Some juice showed up. The juice's name was Victor Olofsson, but Gabe gets some credit for that.
Victor Olofsson, a week away from his hat trick?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to get another one. I was rooting for big number 95 out there.
Like,
and
put him in there with an empty net and just give it to him every time.
Even though I don't have an Avs sweater, I do have some Avs gear. I was like, because 95 is a big number for me. I was like, Could get an Olofsson jersey.
That'd be sick.
Because I like being, and I'm a former jersey guy. I don't really get jerseys anymore, or sweater this time.
Yeah.
Mel, don't get mad at me. But, like, I like being offbeat jersey guy. You know what I mean?
Like something different.
Yeah, so it's not just your standard, like, oh, hey, there's another Bo Nix jersey. Although I have a Bo jersey. After the first day of rookie minicamp. Even Kev can't claim this. The first day of rookie minicamp, I put my eyes on Bo Nix. I watched him practice. I went immediately to the team store when it was at the facility, and I bought a Bo Nix jersey that very first day.
That's badass, right?
But I like to be beat of a different drummer, so I was like an Olofsson sweater.
Anything in the 90s.
95?
Like when you see the 90s, you're like, oh, that caught my attention.
Yeah.
A 90 number is like, oh, whoa, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I was thinking about a Coop Agent Zero jersey, too. Because I love Coop, and what are the Broncos worn 0? Nobody, right? I can't think of anybody.
I can't either.
So he's like the only one.
Yeah. That's a great question. I don't know that anybody's worn 0.
Look at Kev. Kev's doing the research now. Kev's looking to buy me a Jonathan Cooper jersey.
Oh, my dad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, his dad's got to get one, too.
Look, they're figuring some stuff out, man. The power play's coming around. The penalty kill is top-notch. The talent on this team, we know exactly what it is. When you're talking about a guy like, this isn't disrespect to Victor Olofsson, but Victor being the best player, you're like, wait a minute. You got Cale McCarr, Nathan McKinnon, Gabe Landeskog, Val Nichushkin, Marty Netches, all these names that I'd roll off before I got to Victor Olofsson, and yet here we are the second time in, a week?
Yeah.
Talking about him being the best player on the ice. Shows you how deep they are, how much Jared Bednar can kind of tinker with a few things until he finds the right perfect fit combos, and then they'll really be firing on all cylinders.
I feel like they are tinkering right now, which is okay. They've got plenty of time to get things right and get it rolling for what is hopefully a run at the Stanley Cup. But Jared Bednar afterwards kind of alluding to the fact that Mackenzie Blackwood wasn't in net because he just wanted some more practice time, and that there's really no goalie controversy. Do you feel like that? And I asked the question yesterday, are we looking at Scott Wedgwood as the number one goaltender for the Colorado Avalanche? Is that what yesterday was kind of a decree? Jared Bednar, after the game, kind of shot that notion down.
See, I guess for how I kind of view it personally, of when you say controversy, in my mind, it means usually what I feel of like, all right, there's a quarterback controversy at training camp.
Right.
Well, I've aligned myself with one of those quarterbacks. Like, no, this guy has to win or else the season's going to stink because this guy's not that good. You know what I mean? Like, you pick a lane and then you fight for your guy. I don't really feel like I have to do that with the Avalanche because give me Scotty, give me McKenzie. I feel pretty damn good with either between the pipes at a north of 900 save percentage that they're going to get the job done. So I know why you're saying controversy just fits in, but controversy in my own head, this is just how I think of it, means like, oh, you're picking a guy because the other one's not good enough. I think they're both good enough.
Yeah.
And I think they're both, now you're not going to go, hey, 41 games for you, Scotty, and 41 games for you, McKenzie, but a healthy 50-50, a 60-40 type of split, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
It's just interesting that Bednar revealed last night in his postgame presser that he had talked to McKenzie beforehand. So I'm like, all right, I don't think that's like a smoothing things over. It's just like, hey, this is what we're going to do tonight. I want to see you with more ice time. He just got back. So let's put a pin in that. Let's watch it. But the nice answer is, the best answer is the Avs have 2 goalies that you can rely on.
Yeah.
And Wedgie's been, rock solid this season. So you love to see it, and you want to see more.
And we're going to get both this weekend. They're heading north of the border for a Saturday-Sunday contest, and we're going to see each of them in those contests. So like what I'm seeing out of the Colorado Avalanche, almost like the Broncos. There's a couple of things, these little minor things that you can nitpick out, and when they figure that stuff out, watch the hell out for the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah, and with Scott Wedgwood, by the way, stopping those 22 shots, he earned the NHL best 8th win of the season.
Nice. Hell yeah, for Wedgie. I think that they're in a very good spot right now for what you want to be looking like, kind of hitting your strides early in November.
While still tinkering in early November.
And still messing around with some lines and things like that. So we'll look at what the weekend brings for the Colorado Avalanche. Hopefully some more wins. You go. I feel like it's fair for us to kind of at this point request going on a quick 2-game roadie, just like last weekend, come back with 3 points. We wanted it in a different destination, come back with 3 points, sitting pretty on Monday.
What can we request from the Denver Broncos then?
Well, I have a few things I'd like them to fix.
You have a list?
I've got a list.
Did you check it twice?
I've been taking notes.
Are you Santa Claus?
I have a list of 4 things I think that the Broncos need to correct in order to, not that this, all right, hey, you don't correct these things and the season's over and you're not going to make the playoffs and you can't win the AFC West. No, that's not the case, because these 4 issues have been a bugaboo for the 9 weeks we've watched, and they sit at 7-2. I'm going to go backwards this time, because earlier we talked about Sean's play calling and Bo's footwork. We'll get to those in a second. That discipline, though. Talk to you about discipline. The Broncos have 72 penalties on the year. Jacksonville's been called for 74, but those 74 penalties for the Jaguars have only led to 608 yards. The Broncos' 72 penalties have led to 658 yards in penalties for the Denver Broncos, Cecil. They're going to have a 1,000-yard season on penalties if it keeps going this way.
Oh, God.
I mean, that is penalties to me. It's a lack of a discipline. It's hard not to point your finger at the player. You know what I mean? It's not Sean Payton out there getting pass interference. It's not Joe Lombardi out there getting offensive holding. Like, it's very hard for me to pass the buck from a player to a coach when it comes to penalties. I understand discipline's in this, but, dude, those guys aren't out there on the field.
But isn't Sean Payton, I mean, shouldn't discipline be his hallmark?
You would think.
He's an old hard ass. How does his team lack this much discipline?
Doesn't it go back to 2 weeks ago when they told us they weren't very serious at practice, and we said the same thing? Like, what do you mean? Sean Payton's running this joint.
Sean Payton, it's supposed to be serious about everything. It's supposed to be too serious. It's supposed to be kind of fuddy-duddy.
Yeah.
Like, that's Sean Payton, all about ball,
You would
all
think
about
it's
serious.
like, oh, we walk on eggshells around Sean Payton.
And instead, it's like willy-nilly. Well, I guess if it's your special teams, you can do whatever, because Sean's going to cover for Darren Rizzy forever.
Yeah.
Throw poor Q Robinson under the bus. He's a rookie coach. Come on. And you're protecting Darren Rizzy for being a bad coach. Like, that's what he's been. Until Darren Rizzy gets this thing right, I can't say that Darren Rizzy is a good special teams coordinator. In fact, I can say quite the opposite. And I don't care about his history. What about now? What are you doing today? You know, I had a pretty good show a few years ago, riding shotgun. Like, okay, what about today? Am I doing it today? I've got to do it today.
Try that at work, right? You get in trouble at work, and you're like, yeah, but do you remember back in 2022, I dominated that presentation we had to do.
Exactly.
And your boss is going to go, you just fired yourself. Go ahead and leave.
Yeah, when we worked construction and I was baby hammered, you think I'd be out there? But when I nailed off that one wall, man, I did such a good job.
Doesn't work like that.
No, not at all.
And as I told you earlier, I think when a coach, an ex-athlete talking on the radio has to go, well, yeah, you don't get it because you never played. Well, that means you've run out of things to say, and now you're upset.
Yeah, gotcha. But Darren Rizzy's got this team, and he's got to get it right, man. And I think discipline weighs into that. It's discipline from the preparation, discipline from the coaching staff. Like, it's not just discipline in terms of penalties. There's a discipline problem, which is very odd considering Greg Penner watches everything. There's not anything that goes by that Greg Penner does not know about. And he does it in a non-meddlesome way. He does it in a way where he's just keeping tabs. He's not necessarily like, he has his hands on. He's going to tell you, hey, Sean, now you should do this. Or, hey, George, how about you get this guy? Greg Penner knows everything that's going on. But you're operating a team that seems to lack some discipline. I don't think Greg Penner, that's going to make him real happy.
You know what?
That's just a guess.
That stuff going back to discipline of, if Sean's writing run it on his play sheet and then can't even...
Then not running it.
Isn't that discipline within yourself?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have the discipline. He wants to do it. He wants to do it enough that he has to write himself a reminder and then still can't do it. That's a lack of discipline within the individual.
There is an old saying that you may or may not agree with, which is fine. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
And it's something that if you look at Sean Payton, we know that he has a certain level of discipline, but I think there's some spots where he himself is lacking on keeping control of this team. Because here's the scary part, and I don't want to do this. It's November 5th. I don't want to tell you what the future is, okay? Because here's what's cooking up. You get to the playoffs, maybe you win a game. Maybe you're at home, right? You're going in, now it's the AFC Championship, right? Maybe it's the divisional round, you tell me. And you go into a game, and let's say it's Kansas City. You think the officials are on their side?
Uh-huh.
And you have a team that lacks discipline? They're going to, you hear that sound? That's the officials warming up their arms right now to throw the flags on the Denver Broncos, not just in 2 weeks, But in the postseason, I don't want this team's dreams. I have a dream of being in Santa Clara with you, with Kev. Drew's probably kicking around.
Oh, I think we'd have a good time.
I think we'd have a great time.
Yeah.
Although even during Super Bowl week, Spivak would be on his phone watching like women's hockey or something. I know. Broncos, Super Bowl, whatever. Women's hockey, guys. But I have this dream. I don't want it to be derailed because this team gets way too many penalties. I don't want it to get derailed. All of the problems, everything that you have on your list, turn it around and look at it from what the view is. I don't want a lack of discipline to cost this team in the playoffs. I don't want an inside linebacker not covering tight ends cost this team in the playoffs. I don't want a lack of balance, less J.K. Dobbins. I don't want that to cost this team in the playoffs when you need to be running the ball more. I want the Broncos to go where they can go. It's obvious. It was obvious for me back in April, and I'm not saying sick brag, bro, because I said they'd win 13 games. But it's obvious with the talent, with Bo Nix, this team can go a long way. I'm talking all the way. It's obvious. And if you can't see that, you're just a hater. What's in their way? Them. The biggest opponent for the Denver Broncos going forward is themselves.
That's right. I think adding inside linebacker to the list is fair on this of Alex Singleton. Not because what do you want? A key moment in a playoff game, and it's Alex Singleton in coverage on a tight end
on Travis Kelce or something.
Right. The next item on my list. What do you want? A playoff game where it's tight late in the fourth quarter. The Broncos have to punt the football in hopes of flipping the field, and then that opponent rushes, has a punt return to the 50-yard line, or even worse, they're inside your territory to start their drive. Because that's what this special teams unit has allowed time and time and time again. It's these little things, these little tiny bugaboos. You think about penalties. Everybody gets penalized, right? Not to this tune. Think about special teams. Yeah, well, you're not going to bat 1,000s and play. You're not going to bat 1,000 and play special teams perfect every single time out. But why has it been a constant problem?
Yes.
And no addressing the issue besides Sean Payton throwing a rookie underneath the bus, which doesn't do anything but help or hurt that kid's confidence moving forward.
Right.
So it's just these little things that maybe when you list them individually, you're like, well, that's not that big of a deal. But then you do what you just did, and I'm so glad you did it. Put that problem in a playoff scenario, and then we're all dog cussing our television because Darren Rizzy cost the Broncos a playoff game.
And you had this entire year to clean it up. We're at week 10. Let's just say halfway, whatever math. We have to judge the Broncos differently going forward now. This is the second half of the season. Well, good thing is this Broncos team is great in the fourth quarter. So the way you do one thing is the way you do everything, which means they're in the second half of their season. What do the Broncos do in the second half?
They've been pretty good.
They start to turn it on. I am
anticipating.
Look out
December, dude.
I am anticipating that in the fourth quarter of the season, this Broncos team will turn it on. But we need to see some answers starting to be collected and, congregated on right now. The answers right now. Because we all have, and boy, this is real personal if he's listening. We all have that buddy in life who's like, oh, yeah, he just got that 10, but I know he's going to mess it up because he still, has that drinking problem or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, he messed it up. Oh, it's because he drinks too much. Could have seen that coming.
Right.
I don't want the Broncos to be your buddy with the 10 that it's going to end. Mm-hmm. I don't want this Broncos season to end because I know Darren Rizzy's screwing it up, and I almost said something. Kev, I am on one right now. You got to keep track of this. I look at it and I go, all of these problems, these issues, your list, we need to start checking the boxes off of the list to say, hey, now inside linebacker looks better. Hey, they've got some balance. They're within 7 rushing attempts to passing attempts per game. There you go. Oh, they're disciplined. They're getting penalized less. Hey, special teams isn't a problem. You need to do that because by the time the postseason gets here, for lack of a better term, and I'm not exactly even sure why we use this term, but it's not cutting time when it comes to the postseason. And you better be ready for that. And right now, they are not playoff ready.
No.
Good thing is the playoffs don't happen this week. But I want to see this team with a 90% chance of making the postseason. I want to see the Broncos start marching towards Santa Clara, which means to get there, they got to clean up these problems.
Well, the things that, again, you just said it, knocking some stuff, check marks on these lists that we have. You can start doing that as soon as tomorrow. It's actually a great chance for you to do it. Short week, simplify stuff. The Raiders absolutely stink, just like the Texans. Kevin's got some numbers for us tomorrow. They can't get to the quarterback, so Bo's going to have some time to, again, I want to see Bo's footwork. I gave you the example earlier. Sunday Night Football did a great job showing Sam Darnold's feet and using a 3 count to get through his reads. I want to see some more of that out of Bo Nix. It doesn't have to be every time. I don't even need to see him get through 4 progressions before he throws the football. I need to see that, what you said. Your feet leading your eyes following, your shoulders following your eyes, planting your back foot, and making a good, accurate, and on-time throw to a wide receiver that's open. I haven't seen enough of that from Bo Nix in year 2. That's why we have said we were wrong saying there would be a jump. He's in a slump right now. I want to see that. You do that. You have a good special teams night. Can you get through a game with less than 6 penalties? That would be fun to watch.
Please.
Against the Raiders would be ideal. And then with Sean simplifying things, maybe we do have a real sign of balance where my list has 4 things on it. And then Friday morning, I'm going, man, they really checked that balance box. Did you see Bo's feet? That looked really good. They didn't get destroyed on special teams, and they only had 7 penalties. Would all be that, as you said, marching in the right direction on the second half of the season.
You can't go to the playoffs playing the way that you're playing right now.
No. You get beat up by Buffalo if you do that.
Even with the 7-2 record. And I know that it all feels great right now. It feels fantastic. I want those feelings to continue to the postseason. I already knew this was a playoff team. I knew it in April, right? I knew it after the draft. They're a playoff team, everybody. I didn't think that they would be in position for the number 1 seed in the AFC, but they are. So go get it, man. Go get it. And go win that division. Win the division. Win the conference if you can. Make everybody come to Mile High. That'll help cure some of what ails you. Ails you? Illest?
I don't know.
We're the realist. Whatever ails you. I think it's ails. Yeah, whatever ails you. It's weird.
It does
Cop
sound
talk's
weird.
weird.
It does sound weird.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever ails you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's strange. Doesn't seem right. But I barely know English.
You like ales, though.
I do.
Your IPAs and your pale ales and all that.
Had a couple of those yesterday. I got to play golf with Pops yesterday. It was so cool, dude.
Nice.
Just like Dad lives in a different state.
Right.
Don't get to hang out a ton. Back here hanging for the week. We had an original tee time. Couldn't make it happen. And then late found one and just, I mean, dude, a damn near 80-degree day. Just me and Dad. No other random twosome with us. Just me and Pops playing 9 holes. My golf game's got a little better. He still beat me. But it was just like literally in the moment, I'm like, I'm freaking playing golf with my dad and it's 80 degrees in November. Doesn't get much better than this.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
You got to mark those down in your memory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those special moments. Because now I'm thinking, when's the last time I rode horses with my dad? It's probably been a long time.
And I'm sure it's something you have tons of memories doing.
Yeah.
And now think about doing it at this stage of your life.
But I need to do it again. Yeah. I need to do it again. Yeah. It's cool. That's fun.
My dad's never stops being dad, though, when he's like, all right, get up over your ball. I saw you do something wrong. And he's like showing me how to break my wrist. And I'm like, damn, it worked, Dad. Why don't you play with me every time?
That's okay. That's a delicate balance. You have to be, as a parent, is you have to be friendly, but not their friend, because you're their parent. You're not their friend.
Mm-hmm.
But you also, I still give my kids advice. Whether they listen to it or not, that's up to them. But I think we don't ever stop that. It's just a care thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's an attention thing. And your dad cares about you, man. It's good. It's good when you have a good parent.
Hopefully you get to meet him tomorrow. I think he's going to come in and say hi.
I'll wear my Motley Crue shirt.
Oh, he'll love that. His wife, Tish. Sup, Tish? She's a huge Philip Lindsay fan to the point where I'm going to be like, all right, Tish, we got to go now. Like that kind of big fan, you know? That's what I think it's going to go. And we had it right. Ales. Text line's helping us.
Ales. Okay. By the way, Sean in the YouTube chat says, Darren Shermer Rizzy. Is that what we do when anything's bad? Is we just name it Shermer?
Just Shermer.
You got Shermered.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happened to the other guys that tried to compete against us. They got Shermered.
They got Shermered.
Oh, you hired Pat Shermer. That's why. Maybe you wouldn't have someone trying to run everything if you didn't hire Pat Shermer. Okay, awesome. You guys go ahead and do your Shermer thing. We'll do our thing. We've got the tribe growing strong. Hey, tell a friend. We're nothing without you guys out there. And ladies, we're nothing without you. So please tell a friend. Help us grow the tribe. Help us keep going. We're rocking and rolling. We appreciate all the support you've been giving us. In the last few months, we've been, crushing it. So let's continue to do that, and we do that with your help. So thank you.
By the way, just because you brought up Pat Shurmur again, Sean Lewis, who left because, he was Shador was saying whatever he wanted to say.
Sure.
Sean Lewis is at San Diego right now. I get it's the
San
Mountain
Diego
West.
State.
They're 7-1. It's the Mountain West, but still, they're 7-1. I bet you the Aztecs would beat the brakes off the Buffaloes right now if they shared the same football
And I bet
field.
Sean would take it to the Colorado Buffaloes.
You know that would be the case. Hey, we want to give a shout out to all the veterans out there. Next Tuesday is Veterans Day, and in honor of Veterans Day, DenverSports 104.3 The Fan and Foundation Cadillac are teaming up to give a veteran a year of oil change services as a small thank you for their service. To nominate someone that you know, perhaps you're in the military and you need some help with the vehicle, nominate yourself. That's all good. You want to go to denversports.com/veteran. denversports.com/veteran. I'll tell you what, if you feel weird like nominating yourself, text me and tell me that you served, and I'll nominate you for our veteran to get taken care of. To all of our nation's veterans, we at DenverSports 104.3 The Fan, thank you for your service. Stuff like this hits home on this show more than you guys will ever know, with Liam Lammy being an Army Ranger, with my brother Hunter being an Army Ranger, and you and I were just sharing stories yesterday of where they are, and we don't know what that means to where they go next. So we think about you guys daily, because I know I think about my brother daily, and then just share that thought. So we're going to be big on Veterans Day, thanking you guys. Let's hook somebody up with oil changes for a year straight. All right, let's keep it going here in our lunch hour. Keep the Broncos conversation going as well. Why didn't the Broncos do anything at the trade deadline? Let's find out what Sean Payton had to say coming up next.
The Fan Flyaway is back, presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, DenverSports 104.3 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money, all included. Head to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th, new Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and auto-pay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Hi, I'm Dylan, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As a customer service specialist, I love helping couples find their dream engagement ring. And guess what? I just got engaged, so it was fun to create one myself. First, my fiance tried on a bunch of ring styles and she was drawn to a classic diamond pave setting. Then we looked at different diamond shapes from pear to oval to cushion. She fell in love with the princess cut. At Shane Company, you can create a one-of-a-kind ring and get it in days, not weeks. Because a friend wants you to have a magical holiday proposal. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Dan Jacobs with 303 Law 4040. With just a friendly tip here, I like to remind people that they never want to be gambling that the person that hits them has good insurance. So I want you to take a look at your insurance policies. Check and make sure that you have two things. One's called MedPay coverage. You want to make sure you have that. And then also UM/UIM coverage. This will protect you in case you get into an accident and the person that hits you doesn't have good insurance. If you have any questions, just give me a call. 303 Law 4040. That's 303 Law 4040.
Imagine a child in extreme poverty waiting over 365 days to be sponsored. End their wait today. Become a Compassion sponsor now. Text radio to 83393.
You're listening to Dover and Cecil on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
I got another one for your coworkers, by the way.
Oh, let's hear them.
All right, so we have debuted a few things of your nicknames for lazy coworkers. Cordless, the guy that only works for 2 hours, or lady. Kit Kat, one always taking a break. I also have another one. Don't be the guy that's muffler. Do you know what muffler is?
No.
Always exhausted.
Oh, okay.
It's like we all control our things, right? And you control what you can control. But if you ever run into that coworker and they're like, oh, so I didn't get any sleep. I'm like, well, what are you doing that you're not getting sleep? Sleep is one of the most important parts. Here's your public service announcement to your mental health. Like, I make sure that I get my proper amount of sleep as much as I can. Some days I can't. But we all have coworkers or friends or loved ones or whatever. They're like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Well, why? Why are you so tired? Why don't you change the way that you're doing something so that you're not always tired? And then you also have the muffler at work who's, oh, I'm always tired because they don't want to do something. I know at least working construction, when I was baby hammer, I wasn't muffler.
Yeah.
I'd work. I didn't know what I was doing, but I'd do it, right, with my little tiny
At least
hammer.
try.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got to stop saying tiny hammer. That sounds so bad.
Yeah, when you said muffler at first, I'm like, just outside smoking the whole time, but nobody do companies give smoke breaks anymore?
I don't know.
Like if you're a smoker, a cigarette smoker,
or a cigarette smoker, yeah,
and you, well, yeah, do you get a break for the other one? Like I gotta be. I'm 15 minutes, guys. I'll be back.
I'm gonna smell like a skunk, but I'll be back.
You know what I mean? Like, do you still get smoke breaks? Because I always thought that one of my first jobs was Dish Network, the satellite company.
Yeah,
and you know, you sit in a cubicle and you answer phones all day.
Were you off Santa Fe?
No, up in Thornton.
Oh, okay.
Off 120th.
Okay.
And like you sit in this little cubicle, and I made a friend Marco, who actually still talks sometimes, and Marco smoked cigs, and then he's getting 15-minute breaks, and I'm like, I'm just gonna smoke cigs too. Then I want the break,
right?
So I don't know if they do that anymore. Do you get cigarette breaks at work anymore? Who smokes cigarettes still?
I'm not sure.
I don't see cigarette smokers anymore.
Do you want a rabbit hole? Kev, where's my theme music?
Nice. I want to only go down these.
You want a rabbit hole?
Yeah. Please.
Look into how much nicotine is in tomatoes.
Really?
And other vegetables. There's actually nicotine in quite a few vegetables.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't eat vegetables. I don't smoke.
You
I'm
need
as
more
healthy as I can be.
Yeah, no, but you need the nicotine that's in the vegetables.
So you want me to smoke?
Yes.
I like that conspiracy. I like all your conspiracy theories. They're fun.
They're all pretty much true.
And then in 6 months, you come back and circle around and see where
well,
you're at.
I was not aware of nicotine in tomatoes, and then I went down that rabbit hole because that's what I tend to do when I'm not getting sleep and I'm always tired. But yeah, don't be muffler. Don't be always exhausted guy at work. Nobody buys your stories.
No.
I'm always exhausted. Well, hey, Kyler Murray, stop playing Battlefield 6 all the time, and then you won't be exhausted, and you won't have Jacoby Brissett take your job.
Yeah, he's out now. It's all Jacoby.
Is Dante okay? We need to make sure
we
Dante.
haven't asked him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he might have gone to therapy because Kyler Murray, and I'm still. I maybe I shouldn't be, and I shouldn't even say this on air, but like I'm hold a grudge guy. Dante got in my kitchen one day a year ago because I said like Kyler Murray sucks.
Yeah.
And I'm leaving, and you know when I leave, I like see ya. I just want to go, right? Dante like starts MFing me as I'm leaving about Kyler Murray. So I might check in with Dante, just make sure he's okay today.
Yeah.
Because the little guy got benched.
I think at one point.
What are you texting Trey?
I think at one point.
Congratulations, Trey. You're only putting your phone down. That means you were texting Trey.
We've talked. Not now, but we've talked about the situation.
Okay. All right.
I told you I can't say what he says.
Right. But I'm sure everyone's happy Jacoby's in because their offense runs good.
I think Dante once told us he'd pick Kyler Murray over Bo Nix.
He did say that too. Yes.
Right?
Stupidest thing said in the studio. One of the dumbest things.
Now Kev is on. He's on the list.
Next to Drew saying he's Tim Tebow 2.0.
They're both on your list now? Dante
Yes.
and Drew
Oh,
right next
yeah.
to each other.
Okay, good.
All right, let's talk a little bit about what didn't go down. We heard from Sean Payton after the trade deadline and a few quick answers from Coach. He was asked about the trade deadline being quiet for Denver.
I mean, George and I each day talked about different things, and that's just how it turned out.
Were you guys close, Coach?
No. I think we discussed a few things, but all good.
All right, well, you said you weren't close, but we saw a bunch of rumors and reports about wide receivers. Why?
Yeah, I saw a lot of that. We've invested in, we like this group and where we're going.
That's the most, when you're in trouble as a kid. No, yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah, we were totally. I got home on time. I just forgot to unplug the alarm. That's what Coach sounded like there. Did they make some phone calls? I believe that they did. You're going to know better than I with some of your circles inside the NFL, Cease, but I think they were looking for a wide receiver. I told you all day yesterday I wasn't in the business of doing that. I believe they weren't able to find the player that they wanted at the price tag that they wanted. So rather than reach, they pulled the plug.
I believe it was Rashid Shaheed. If I'm to guess, and that's all it is, but if I'm to guess, it was Rashid Shaheed. It wasn't Jalen Waddle. Yes, even though the betting market said that they're most in line to get Brian Thomas, that's where I got excited. It wasn't Brian Thomas. I really believe it was Rashid Shaheed. And, in fact, I guess I could sniff around Seattle and John Schneider. Okay, a fourth and a fifth. Was it originally just a fifth?
Oh,
or was it originally just a fourth?
Line.
And then the Broncos like, we'll do a fourth. And then Seattle's like, we'll do a fourth and a fifth.
Yeah.
And then that's way they make the deal with Mickey Loomis down there in New Orleans. So, of course, they were in on Rashid Shaheed. That's my opinion, but there's too many dots to connect here.
Wouldn't your GM friends would tell you, right, hey, we're going to make a trade. We'd prefer to go out of conference.
Yeah.
You don't go out of conference, it means the compensation was
yes,
right.
You get a little premium on that if you're, kind of going out of conference.
All right, yeah, and I'm with you. I mean, I think it was Rashid Shaheed. We're just following the signals and the clues. Jordan Schultz said the Seahawks and Broncos are in on a big deal, and then all of a sudden the Seahawks get a big-time wide receiver, and the Broncos are left holding, twiddling their thumbs at the podium.
It's perfect for them, but they've also got Sam Darnold, and there's a bunch of Cinderellas in the league right now. There's Cinderellas, and then there's some nightmare fuel. You've got nightmare fuel in Kansas City with Pat Mahomes. You've got nightmare fuel in Baltimore with Lamar Jackson. And you've got some Cinderellas in Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones. Okay, when's the clock strike midnight? Does it strike midnight in the playoffs? Before the playoffs? In the Super Bowl? How far are you getting? Because I know who Daniel Jones is. He may be somewhat different this year, but he's still Daniel Jones. Sam Darnold may be different, just like he was last year. But what happened in Minnesota last year?
He turned into that pumpkin again.
See, that's the thing. We know those two. We don't yet know Bo. We like Bo. We're the Bo show. We've supported Bo since the day he was drafted, while others talked about Todd McShay's third-round grade. We've supported Bo Nix. We got to get clues that he's better faster. And now, without any wide receivers added via the trade market, Now it's time for Bo's weapons, Troy Franklin specifically. You got to take over, man. If you're getting more targets than Cortland Sutton, it's time you take over. And if you're not, then why isn't Court getting all those targets?
I would actually like Court to be a little bit more vocal on that. It's not a I'm up in your face, but it's exactly that. Like, hey, if you see me with one-on-one safety down, forget your other progressions and use a different F word. Forget your other progressions. You throw the ball to me.
Was it Kev? Was it the Saints game when Court didn't have any targets or whatever, and then
last year,
even Bo was like, "Hey, you got to come to me and say that." I think they need to have another one of those conversations because Court's just way too quiet and he's way too happy and nice. Time being nice is over, baby. You got to go win a Super Bowl. You win a Super Bowl, you're cemented forever in NFL history.
Mm-hmm.
You just run around being nice. Oh, hey, it's Troy's day. It's Marvin's day. No, Court, it's your day.
Yep.
Every day should be a Cortland Sutton day.
By the way, apparently all my friends worked at Dish Network, or Echo Star is what it's called.
Yeah,
Vic's texted me. 3 people are texting me. We got Zach's, this is Tony checking in. He said his best friend in the world worked at that Dish Network for almost 12 years out of high school. It must have just been like the place.
My buddy
to work.
Charles worked at the one on Santa Fe.
Yeah,
where that's the main headquarters, or it used to be, right?
Yeah.
With the big dish, big satellite dish.
And you just take phone calls and you're like, oh, you want to
right
cancel?
across from the haunted chocolate factory or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's right.
Uh-huh.
Dude, you know what I did once working at Dish Network? I got like an award for this. I was on the phone with a lady, and she was elderly, and she had fallen, and you could like hear. I think she like fell and tried to grab something, and something fell on top of her, and you could hear it. And I want to say she was in Georgia somewhere. This is so long ago. I'm like 19 years old when this is going on. I like contacted the police in her city. I'm like, yo, I was just on the phone with Dish Network. I was on the phone with this lady. She was talking to me about her cable bill. I'm pretty sure she fell over and she's clearly in pain.
Yeah.
And I don't know that she can move to get out from where she is.
Right.
And they went to her house. That's exactly what happened. Like a dresser had fallen on her.
Oh, no.
And they just, picked it up, took her to the hospital, checked her out and all that stuff.
Did you stick with Dish?
I don't know, actually.
You should hit up the cops, too.
Yeah.
Now that I got you on the phone, we got a good package here of channels and programs. Tell me about your cable.
Tell them Josh sent you, stuff like that.
Okay.
But it was, I got to be honest, it was a crappy job. But that was a cool moment, helping out an old lady like that.
Yeah.
Felt good about it.
That's good.
It's my good Samaritan duty for, well, the way I acted, I tried to use that for about the next 10 years of my life. All right, let's get into a little football conversation. Looking around at the league a little bit. We didn't get a ton of time for fantasy questions yesterday because we were so deep into the trade deadline, but you can do that now. Cecil can help you out with your fantasy squad. Send your questions to the RamosLaw.com text line at 303-713-1043. Send your questions over to the YouTube stream at the DenverSports YouTube stream. We'll answer those and discuss the newest, the latest, really the only so far, college football playoff rankings out last night. Did they get it right? We'll tell you next.
Will the Broncos avoid the trap game and earn their first divisional win of the season? Will Bo Nix and Evan Ingram finally get on the same page? We'll break it all down in the Fan Football Postgame Show, live on game day starting at the 2-minute warning. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors. Right now, they have a generous deal on windows. Receive $1,000 off every 10 windows you purchase. On top of that, they want to be a part of your Thanksgiving celebration. They will provide you with a $100 gift card to your local grocery store to contribute to your Thanksgiving festivities. Call 5280 Exteriors today to take advantage of this special November promotion. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Colorado, here's the score. Groove Toyota has over 25 used vehicles priced under $10,000. That's right, dependable cars, trucks, and SUVs you can drive home today without breaking the bank. Just like game day, timing is everything. These deals won't last long, and when the clock runs out, they're gone. Groove Toyota is all in on Colorado, all in on value, and all in on getting you back in the game. So make your move. Groove Toyota on Broadway in Inglewood, or shop GrooveToyota.com. Groove Toyota, all in on Colorado all season long.
Hey, it's Mike Evans with Todd Whalen from Advanced Tax Solutions. Todd, the government is shut down, the IRS is shut down, but what does that mean for folks who are dealing with the IRS?
Yeah, Mike, it's big news. The IRS has been laying off people again. So my advice right now really would be to take care of the problem while nobody's looking, especially if you have unfiled tax returns. It's better to just kind of slip them in right now when nobody's looking. A lot less scrutiny. And so now's the time to get in and, save yourself the stress. The slower they move, the better job we can do and the better outcome you're going to have. But if they're hot and heavy on your back, that's not the time to take care of a tax problem. So for your own peace of mind and sanity, if you have unfiled tax returns, give us a call today.
There he is, Todd Whalen, with over 30 years of experience helping people with their IRS issues. Please take advantage of what he can do for you. Call Advanced Tax Solutions, 303-753-6040.
This is Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. If you've been seriously injured in a truck or car wreck, you want Wilhite. We've been voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm for the last 3 years in a row. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com and win big with Wilhite.
Things are just better with a partner or a friend. And when it comes to losing weight, Soda Weight Loss makes it easier than ever to let go of the weight for good.
I'd been wanting to lose weight and I tried on my own. I'd been seeing things for Soda. I couldn't be happier, honestly, with the results.
Join with a partner and only pay for one. Imagine achieving all your weight loss goals together with your partner, and you only pay for one. Get started now at sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins the drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. It's Dover and Cecil on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, some time for fantasy questions. If you want to throw some our way, do it on the RamosLaw.com text line. We'll get to as many of those as we can. I do want to spend some time talking about the college football playoff rankings that came out last night. It's the first of the season, and now every Tuesday they'll get in, they'll vote, they'll hang their stupid hats.
They'll hang the stupid hats.
And then the guys will go in and chat about it. And what we're looking at, we don't have to go through all the all the 25. We'll look at the 12 that would make the postseason, and some things would change because of conference winners and all that stuff. We'll tell you about it. But Ohio State is the top of the list. Thought maybe Indiana would sneak in there just above the Buckeyes.
You didn't really think that, did you?
I just thought maybe, I was like, how much do they weigh that Oregon game versus what Ohio State has done? Because Ohio State has to play Michigan, obviously, at the end of the year. Right. And if they go undefeated and beat Michigan, well, nobody's going to leapfrog them. They're going to be the best, as defending champs with an undefeated record, and I actually think that's how it should be. You're the defending champs and no one's beat you yet? Well, yeah, you probably are the number one team in the land. So you go Ohio State, you go Indiana, you go Texas A&M, Alabama, who, again, after week 1, they have been absolutely dominant.
Yep.
Georgia in at number 5. 6 is Ole Miss, who's a really, really good football team as well. BYU representing the Big 12. Right there at number 7. Texas Tech right behind them. There's those Ducks at 9. Notre Dame, a 2-loss Notre Dame team. I get it. Last-second losses against top 25 teams. All right. You guys can just tell us you want Notre Dame in, and we'd accept it. They're in at 10. Arch and the Longhorns in at 11. And Oklahoma, who also has a couple of losses there, too, some solid teams.
Yeah, one to Texas.
They're in there at number 12.
And me personally, you tell me, Dover. I need you to help guide me here.
Okay.
Am I just overlooking Texas? Because initially I was like, Texas, why is Texas so high? But if you look at that win over Vandy, and I did pick Vandy last week over Texas, that didn't happen. And then beating Oklahoma 23-6 last month. I know Arch Manning doesn't look like. I mean, I thought Arch Manning was going to fill there with footballs. And he's going to look so sharp. He's a Manning, right? He's going to look like a Manning.
Yeah.
And he hasn't really looked like a Manning, but they're winning games. And they're winning games against good opponents, whether it's Vandy, whether it's Oklahoma. So I feel like when this ranking came out, the Notre Dame thing, I'm like, I guess we have to have Notre Dame in every year, so here's Notre Dame. But I really thought maybe Texas would take that spot. They're only one spot behind them now, so something could change. Maybe next time they hang their hats up, they're voting for Texas. Texas got to keep winning. But am I overlooking the Longhorns? Am I underrating them a little bit?
Because I'm kind of there with you that.
Is it just Arch?
It is Arch.
Arch looking so bad?
We all expected so much because the name on the back of his jersey.
For sure.
And it's honestly, I don't want to say it's unfair because he got the name on the back of his jersey and he had accomplished nothing and somebody was willing to give him $6 million on an NIL deal. So tough to feel sorry for the kid. But I just think it's kind of a sign of the times of, your last name's Manning, you play football, well, you'll go be the best player that we've ever seen play quarterback at Texas.
Right.
And it just doesn't work like that. Arch shouldn't even come out. Arch is not ready to be an NFL quarterback. Arch Manning at the NFL level right now gets chewed up, eaten alive, spit out, and not in the league in 5 years if he shows up right now. So I just think we want everything so fast in front of us, and I'm guilty of it too. But Arch he's not ready, man. He's not ready to be a guy that carries his team somewhere.
And maybe he gets there.
His team is carrying him.
Right now they're doing that. And also, so this ranking, I got annoyed by the hats.
That was stupid.
That's just dumb. I don't like that. Let's have our viral moment. And then I'm so mad about CU because I'm not, I'm not a fanboy. I don't have a gold chain. I'm not so happy that I share a zip code with Dion Sanders. Does Dion Sanders live in Roxborough?
Yeah.
I don't care. Hey, we share the same area code. I'm so happy that Dion is in my state.
You also earned your career. Your father didn't buy it.
Very true.
Different.
Very true. I kind of get upset. Look at the rest of this, dude. Utah ranked at 13. We would look if Colorado was coached well, and I don't think they have a good head coach in Dion Sanders. He's not
right now. They don't.
For head coaching. It's more than just the promotion and everything else that is Dion. Being a head coach, you mentioned Alabama. You think they've turned it around since week 1? Why? Because they're well coached. You know what I mean? And then I look at the rest of this. Utah's at 13. You've got Vandy in there. Georgia Tech is in there. Wouldn't we look at the Buffaloes? You mentioned BYU. Wouldn't we look at the Buffaloes a little bit differently had they been more competitive against these ranked teams?
Yeah.
And you could say, CU's going to win 6 games, but did you see the murderer's row that they had to go through? It would weigh so much differently if we looked at where Utah's at. We knew Utah was good going into it, but everything with Colorado would look so much differently had they performed well, maybe even in a loss, but just looked like they were right there on the cusp,
just be
almost
competitive.
There. Exactly.
Don't get embarrassed. Be competitive.
And instead, it was absolutely embarrassing. So I was annoyed and then I was frustrated because I'm frustrated with Colorado.
You should be. You should be because they're struggling. I actually want to do this at 1 o'clock. Let's talk more about Colorado. We have a number to share. We haven't said this yet on the show today.
Really?
About the shine is wearing off on Dion, and we have the proof coming up at 1 o'clock. Got to make room for some fantasy questions. Our boy JC, your friendly neighborhood truck driver. Y'all make the world go round. Shout out to you. Should I start? Dobbins or Judkins at the flex this week?
Yeah,
Cease?
and Quinshon Judkins, I was just writing about that game because you look at Cleveland and everything that they're going to try to do, well, that comes from Quinshon Judkins, basically. He's the centerpiece. I think most people, it's not even a sabotage drop right now. Everyone's moved off of Jerry Jeudy. Hell, the Browns should move off of Jerry Jeudy, but there's no way I'm going to trust that situation of Judkins there going up against the Jets. The Jets, it's going to be weird because of all the changes. No Sauce, no Quinnen.
Yeah.
How did they respond? Judkins isn't RB1 for me this week, but Dobbins is as well. Projections-wise, the difference is, math, less than 1.5.
Oh, damn.
So I do
close.
have Dobbins projected for more than Judkins, but know that Judkins is going to push for that RB1, top 12, basically. Judkins should be top 12. I've got J.K. Dobbins as my number 10 fantasy back this week.
Mike from Sedalia asks a funny question. Is it wrong to trust Joe Flacco over Drake May moving forward? All about the points, not who's the better quarterback. Talk to me, Cease.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And when you get a piece of Joe Flacco, you get a piece of Jamar Chase. You get a piece of T. Higgins. You get a piece of Noah Fant or Andre Yosevich, right? Or even Chase Brown got a receiving touchdown. He doesn't run the ball, but they just throw it all over the place. So I'm not against that sentiment, right? I'm not against that sentiment
They're
when
going
it
to
comes
be throwing
to
it all over the field.
Yeah, when it comes to Joe Flacco, that's exactly what he's doing. So look at that and know that with Drake May, you're getting a piece of Keyshawn Butte, Stephon Diggs, Demario Douglas. That rings differently than I get a piece of Jamar Chase.
Well, I was going to say that. I have Jamar Chase on my fantasy team, and I thought my season was ruined when Joe went down, and then the other Joe came in and saved my bacon a little bit. So I don't know if that helps you at all, but he's been very good throwing the ball to my wide receiver. That is Jamar Chase. Last one from Oscar out in Thornton says, would you start these guys? You have to pick 2 of the 5. He's very nice about this. He says, please and thank you, Cecil. Travis Etienne, McMillan, that's Tet McMillan, right, in Carolina. George Kittle, Addison in Minnesota, Williams in Detroit. You got to pick 2 of those guys.
Yeah, you bench Williams, you bench Addison, and you're going to roll. Who were the other 2? Sorry.
Etienne, and Kittle.
Tetaroa and Kittle, if you only need 2. Those are your 2.
A pretty solid lineup he's got right there. Oscar crushing it.
That's good problems to have. Those are rich guy problems.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice work there, Oscar. All right, we'll give you more time tomorrow to ask some of those questions. Like we tell you at 12:45 every day, we're giving you guys a chance to pick the brain of one Cecil Lammey. I do want to continue talking football, but the Buffs variety of it. Wait till you hear the number of folks that watched the Buffs and Wildcats game compared to what it was before with Prime. That's coming up next.
This Veterans Day, Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan needs your help as we look to give back to those who have served their country. Teaming up with Foundation Cadillac, Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is giving away 1 year of free oil changes to one of our state's many veterans. To nominate a current or former service member, head to denversports.com/veteran. That's denversports.com/veteran. To all our nation's veterans, we at Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan thank you for your service. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Join Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan in Modelo at Mile High Station on Thursday, November 6th from 4 to 6:15 p.m. for the Fan Football pregame show. Get your head in the game with orange and blue face painting and ice-cold Modelo. Modelo, brewed for full-time fans.
I dared Archwell Health to keep track of my vitals and my grandkids' names.
I dared Archwell Health to simplify my prescriptions, so Max and I have more time to play. Good boy.
And I dared Archwell Health to be closer than my neighborhood coffee shop.
Our members dared us to do more as a primary care provider for adults age 60 and up. So we made it our mission. Visit archwellhealth.com and become a member today. Archwell Health. We dare to care.
I'm Brad Barnett, president of Mountain High Appliance. Visit our Denver Clearance Center during our Black Friday sale going on now. Save up to 75% on name brand appliances like Whirlpool, KitchenAid, GE, and Bosch. With unbeatable prices on top quality appliances, now is the perfect time to upgrade your home. Don't miss out on these exclusive deals. Visit us today at the Denver Clearance Center. When you think appliances, think Mountain High Appliance. Open 7 days a week.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whether you're into local craft brews, adventurous cocktails, or ice-cold 29-degree drafts, they've got your drink. Pair it with scratch-made favorites from their special menu. And you've got the perfect way to wind down or turn up. Whatever your vibe, Twin Peaks is your go-to for the best happy hour in the league. See you tonight at Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Gobble, gobble, gobble! Gobble, 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 gobble! Oh, man, I do a terrible turkey impersonation. Hey, everybody, Dan Jacobs from Jacobs Law on 303 Law 4040. Those of you that listen to the Dan Jacobs Show know that I just love the holidays. But I also know these holidays in particular can be really tough on a lot of people, whether it's the government shutdown, inflation, the economy, whatever it is, or some people just have a hard time during the holidays as it is every single year. It's just a hard time of year for them. As always, we want to be here for you. If we can help out with a little bit of that with free food and groceries, we would love to have you any first or third Thursday of the month. Come on out to Eastern Hills Church at Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road. We're even doing smoked ham and turkey this month in honor of Thanksgiving. So if you need it, anybody, no questions asked. You just pull up and pop the trunk. 4 to 6 p.m., Eastern Hills Community Church, every first and third Thursday, Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road.
Catch Telestrator Tuesday weekly on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, where Stink or Stoke dive into the past weekend's games with a coach's eye, using insights into what went right and wrong on critical plays. Telestrator Tuesdays, powered by Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents.
However it is you take in the show, a segment at a time where you're in between work meetings and functions and driving around all day, or perhaps you're locked in all day listening at DenverSports.com.
I love it, man. Maybe you're trying to do show prep for your own show.
That's
and you're
right.
listening to the best sports talk in Denver right here at Stover and Cecil. You're part of the tribe, and we appreciate you all out there.
You plus us, man. Let's keep this thing rolling.
LOVE.
Get a little tribe love in your life. That's what we're looking for. I do want to get back to the Broncos. We'll talk a little bit about that. We do have a Nuggets preview coming for you this hour as they're back on the hardwood tonight against Miami. But this number I mentioned about CU, our buddy Drew Spivak gave us, is in both of us when he said it, we're like, what? That's the number? So the Colorado Buffaloes have been, at least last year, basically must-watch television. You even go to the year before, year one under Dion. And, man, you talk about some of those numbers. Remember the CSU game? Like, it was a late-night game, and it was the most viewed game that week, and it's the Rams and the Colorado Buffaloes, who a year ago at that time, had combined for 2 wins and 22 losses. So it was strange to see these numbers jump the way that they did. And then you go, well, Dion's a showman. When they're winning, it's fun when he's saying all that quirky stuff. When they're losing, it kind of is embarrassing when he's saying all that sort of stuff.
Completely embarrassing.
But the shine is wearing off, Cease. So not 1 million, not 800,000, not 500,000 people watch CU versus Arizona. 374,000 people watch CU versus Arizona. And it wasn't an 8:15 kickoff on, where the heck is that channel? What do I have to do?
Right.
It was a 5 p.m. kickoff on FS1. If you're a college football fan, FS1 is the home to a lot of college football every single week, and you know the number and where to find it. People just decided, nah, I'm good. Buffs and Wildcats, that's not what I'm looking for.
So they are dangerously close, and even Sean Payton talked about this yesterday. It's a fine line between a groove and a rut. They're definitely in a rut, no doubt. But here's the thing, and what that viewership number tells me is not only are people no longer interested or buying what Dion Sanders is selling, but they are dangerously close to being an embarrassment now. Because now that Dion is so well paid, they can have all the talent in the world. If you're not winning and you're getting waxed every time you go out there and face a good team, then you're becoming a national embarrassment. And that's what they were before Dion got here. Because I hear it, anytime I say anything bad about Dion, people forget I'm the guy that bought his rap album 4 times. I'm the one person that's done that.
Dude, it is still, somebody asked me on Twitter, I think it was over the weekend, like, hey, I had heard that Dion wasn't at practice every day this week. And I responded like, dude, I doubt that that's true. We would have heard that. They don't give us access.
Right.
And I was shocked at the amount of people that responded to his tweet, but I was in the thread of, dude, you're stupid. Well, of course he's at practice. How come you don't watch
Stop hating on him.
How come you don't watch his YouTube at the end of every day? He shows himself being at practice every day on YouTube. And I'm like, whoa. At what are they, 3-6 or whatever right now?
Right.
As bad as they are with the record, the sayings, the firings, the demotions, all that's going on, dude, he's still got guys lining up to defend him. It's weird.
That's groupies.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad. That's a cult.
Yeah, it is.
That's
one of your
what
rules.
that is.
Don't be in a cult.
Yeah, don't be dumb. Don't be in a cult. That's what that is. Dion cult.
And then my asterisk is, unless you're the leader of the cult, then I bet your life's pretty sweet.
Instead of Coach Prime, it's Colt Prime. It's just
say that up there. Colt Prime. Oh, sorry,
Coach Prime.
Quick question here. He'd throw.
What's it
your
like
ass
running
out
a
real
cult?
quick.
Do you have an acoustic guitar? Do you surround a firewood? Some firewood.
Are we all going to wear the same Nike Air Maxes? Like that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Right. That's a deep pull. All I know is it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Their product is embarrassing, and it's with a $10 million a year coach. Mm-hmm. You don't pay to be embarrassing. They were embarrassing without Dion. Dion's got to figure this thing out. Julian Lewis has got to save the Colorado Buffaloes. That's the bottom line. And in fact, Julian Lewis may be the player that saves Dion Sanders as the Colorado head coach. Not from Colorado stepping away. They have a $10 million buyout if it's before December 31st of 2026, I believe.
Yeah, he's safe for another year.
And then after that, it's down to $6 million for a buyout after December 31st, 2026. So you're a year away from being able to have the buyout conversation unless Julian Lewis saves his bacon.
And then, look, he would get a lot of credit for getting Julian Lewis away from USC.
Sure.
Deserved credit. You
Yes.
and I would give that credit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, hey, you found the guy. Why did it take so long to get to the guy? But you found the guy, and he has saved your bacon up here. He'd get a lot of credit for that.
And why is Pat Shurmur not calling plays yet still employed as offensive coordinator? Now,
He's,
Brett
quarterback
Bartolone.
coach now.
Quarterback coach.
Quarterback
okay.
coach is what he got demoted to.
You don't need Pat Shurmur.
No.
You don't need Pat Shurmur. You need wins. You need
I
W's.
don't want Pat Shurmur coaching up Julian Lewis.
No, I don't want him ruining Julian Lewis. That's the problem. Julian Lewis is the lone savior for the Colorado Buffaloes. All the good feelings that we had when Dion got here, all the good feelings that we had in the previous 2 years before this season, those can come back and those can actually grow. I said it when Julian decided to come to Colorado, and we saw it announced on Pat McAfee's show. We were on the air when it happened.
Oh, that's right.
And I said at that time, the Julian Lewis era can be more successful than the Shedeur Sanders era. And I still stick by my story. But we've got to see it happen. Again, intention can only take you so far. Action means everything.
And yeah, that's a great question as to why Pat's still employed. Maybe that's hey, we're going to let you ride this thing out and finish the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the year, pack your boxes, get your plane ticket, and get the hell up out of here.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah, but again, why do you need to save face for Pat Shurmur? I know he's your buddy,
I don't
but
know.
If your buddy's not good.
You said earlier that the NFL coaching circle's that good old boys club, which you're 100% spot on.
Yes.
Is any of this musical chairs at offensive coordinator hurting Dion's chances to go get a real offensive coordinator moving forward?
Sure.
Because if you're a coach, right, you're like, all right, I'm gonna sign this contract, but you're going to fire me through it. And you know what else? A trickle-down effect. This just popped into my head. The Buffaloes have to pay those people that he's letting go. They didn't have to pay Sean because he found a better job. If you get a job with an upgrade, you don't have to, you don't get the severance package or whatever that is. But you think anybody's going to hire Pat Shurmur's ass?
Well, and here's the problem. If you're an up-and-coming offensive coach, you want to go to Colorado where you're going to get zero credit?
It's all Dion, right?
Did we ever talk about Pat Shurmur? Well, I mean, we did because we talk about the Buffaloes, but like...
I think we gave Pat Shurmur credit by surprise of like, oh my God, he's not a complete...
But was that more Shedeur than it was Shurmur?
We know now it was, yeah.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%. So if I'm a coach and I'm thinking about coming to Colorado where I'm not going to get any of the credit, well, that sounds great. It's really going to help my coaching career. I don't need to get locked in. And the thing is, and here's the... You want the real inside baseball? Guys will try to attach themselves to who they believe are the up-and-comers. Sean kind of alluded to this yesterday out at Broncos.
Okay.
Of like, as an older coach, because he was talking about his trust in Vance Joseph, and he gave full faith to Vance Joseph. It was almost incredible. Wow. I was like, out-of-body experience for Sean Payton because he's given somebody else credit. But he just talked about, like, as an older coach, it's more difficult because you're kind of set with your guys. You're set with Darren Rizzy and Pete Carmichael and all the Joe Lombardi, whatever. If you're a young coach, you're going to try to attach yourself to a coaching staff that's going places. Where's the Colorado staff going? Are they going places?
No.
Would that be a staff that you would join and be like, man, I'm going to be a fast riser and I'm going to be coaching, at Boise State before you know it? Like, no, that's never going to happen. Not with Dion Sanders. So,
I mean, honestly, Sean Lewis looks like the smartest guy in the room by getting the hell away from him.
And if I'm an offensive coach and CU comes a call and you know who I call first? Sean Lewis.
Tell me the truth about what went on up there.
And the truth is not meant to make you feel good. And the truth behind the scenes at Colorado, it's, a duck when he swims and he's like paddling underneath, but you see it real smooth.
Calm atop.
Yeah. Well, it's not really been smooth for CU. But everything that we see, and this is for the general audience and also for you and me, underneath, there is a paddling and a frenzy and a fever that is a little bit out of control.
You said duck.
They ain't ducks. They cop ducks.
It's been a minute since we got him in our lives. I missed that fella right there. Hey, let me remind you about our fan flyaway being back thanks to 303 Law 4040. This time, we're sending a lucky listener, possibly you, and a guest.
Maybe a lady.
To Phoenix in February. Best time to go to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. What are you going to get if you win? 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale. Round trip airfare for you and your guest from Denver, 2 nights hotel stay, and a little walking around money. $500 in your pocket for the weekend to blow, all thanks to 303 Law 4040. For more information and to register, head to thefanflyaway.com. If you've entered into a previous flyaway contest, we've already got you in this one because once you sign up for a flyaway, you're entered into all future fan flyaways. Let's get someone from the tribe out to TPC Scottsdale so you can call us that following week and tell us how awesome it was. Get there, get signed up, and good luck. Where do the Broncos rank in the AFC after the trade deadline, and how do they stack up against the top-tier teams in the NFC? That conversation's coming at you next.
Can Bo Nix escape Mad Max Crosby? How should Vance Joseph defend against Brock Bowers? Zach By and Philip Lindsay will break it all down in a special Thursday night edition of the Fan Football Pregame Show, live on game day from Mile High Station. Presented by Modelo. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com. Smarter clean in half the time. Brought to you by Swiffer Power Mop. Tired of the mop and bucket struggle? The Swiffer Power Mop gives you a mop and bucket clean without all the extra work. It's an all-in-one cleaning tool that mops smarter, not harder. With built-in solution that breaks down dirt and grime, and a pad with over 300 scrubbing strips to absorb and lock sticky messes. It even gets into places a regular mop can't, and leaves your home smelling fresh for hours. Try the Swiffer Power Mop today. Love it or your money back.
Brenda Stokely from my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 40 years. They conduct over 150 auctions every year, selling tens of thousands of items at the price you set. Auctions are held regularly for Colorado government agencies, and they always have big-ticket items at great prices. That's why I love Roller Auction. And almost all bidding is conducted online in real time, and it's open to the public. Anyone can participate. Check back regularly. New auctions are added weekly. Be the first to know about new auctions available for bidding when you sign up for email notifications. Go to rollerauction.com/thefan.
Do you want the lowest rate for life? Get our 4.75 5-year fixed. APR is 5.89.
Did you say 4.75% fixed for 5 years?
Yes.
Yeah, I want that, but what if rates fall?
Our lowest rate for life program takes over. If rates fall even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee and no limits to the number of times used. Only at U.S. Mortgages. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now, the company's changed. Or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So, what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
Roberto Coin is passion.
Roberto Coin is art.
Roberto Coin is love.
And Roberto Coin is right where you'd expect to find it. Williams Jewelers of Inglewood. I'm Dylan Williams.
And I'm Dylan's sister Shayna, inviting you to our exciting Roberto Coin Holiday Trunk Show Friday and Saturday, November 7th and 8th.
This holiday, give her the iconic fashion, the wearable Italian artistry of the incomparable Roberto Coin.
Handcrafted in Vicenza, Italy, these gorgeous 18-karat earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and rings have made Roberto Coin the #1 Italian jewelry designer in the world.
And this holiday, Roberto Coin jewelry starts at under $750.
So come find your passion and the perfect gift.
The Roberto Coin Holiday Trunk Show, Friday and Saturday, November 7th and 8th at Williams Jewelers of Inglewood.
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
On the corner of Bellevue and Broadway, where Colorado shines.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss, presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents Dover and Cecil.
We are in our fourth quarter. The drive's coming in here at 2 o'clock. Those boys will get you home today and then one more sleep until Broncos game day as they'll kick off week 10 in the NFL season against the Las Vegas Raiders. We're hopeful. I don't know if it's been confirmed yet. I hope I'm not spilling the beans here, but we're trying to talk to Pritch. Have we got that set up already?
Not yet.
Not yet, but we will. We're going to talk to Mike Pritchard, who I know you have a good relationship with, Cecil. I've got to work with in the past. Love talking to Pritch, so we'll pick his brain on Raiders. Maybe he'll tell us not to ask him about the Buffaloes, but maybe we'll ask him about the Buffaloes too.
Yeah. Sometimes when I've talked with Pritch, I've said too much.
Yeah.
Like when they got to, in the Falcons days back in the 90s, they got a party with Salt and Peppa. And then all of a sudden, Andre Rison's house got burned down by Left Eye from TLC. And I was like, oh, because you guys were partying on stage with Salt and Pepper. He's like, don't say that. Yeah, don't say that.
Now, look, I'm glad no one was injured in the burning of the home of Andre Rison.
Yes.
Is it weird that it makes her hotter? That she's willing to go that far?
No.
We're going to talk about the gap between the Broncos and teams, or maybe just a team that we think is in front of them, and how they stack up against the NFC West top dogs. We'll do that in just a second, but we got to get a quick shout out to Twin Peaks, man. They're hooking it up today. Twin Peaks, best in the game, the go-to spot for football season. If you're looking for a place to call home to watch great sports, eat great food, and sip on a little something that you like sipping on, well, head to Twin Peaks to watch the Thursday night game. Denver, of course, in that against Las Vegas. Go Broncos, as always. Wall-to-wall TVs, hearty eats, ice-cold drinks, and, of course, those scenic views. It's a full-on experience. Whether you're catching college, pro, or any game this season, go to Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views. They've brought in some delicious food for us, and we spent the entire break crushing that delicious food.
Yes, I've been on plan for a while, and I'm off plan today because Twin Peaks, it'll change your plan. Kowalski analysis.
Would. It's the perfect timing. I had a good time last night, and I'm in need of some food here today. So
yeah.
Perfect timing.
Are you muffler today?
Oh,
because you're always exhausted? But you're not always exhausted. Today's a special day.
Yeah.
This is golf with your pops, man.
Had to do what I had to do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Although you play golf with your pops and might have some drinks, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I could do that riding horses with my dad.
Probably not the best idea.
Not a good idea. Not a good idea.
What does that old cowboy do? It's like the flask in his, I don't know where cowboys put stuff. I was going to say pocket or chaps. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I might. Well, if it's like father and dad, Cecil and dad time, I'll back off. But
yeah,
I think it might be fun. I'd love to go ride horses with you and Pops.
You've ridden a horse before, right?
I have, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Lots of times, actually. Lots of times.
Oh, good.
I did live in Indiana for a portion of my life, and that's their transportation.
That means we can get along.
Yeah. All right, Cecil, let's talk about this gap, if there even is one. Now with where the Denver Broncos are, we've kind of had this running conversation for a few weeks, and you've said, I don't think there's that much of a gap. I said, I think there is a bit of a gap, but this is the first week where I'm leaning more towards your side. I think you and Kevin have both said it, and I love the fact that you guys both feel this way. You guys both want another crack at the Colts. And I love the fact that you guys think they'd be able to handle business against the Colts. Now they add Sauce Gardner, and obviously that changes a few things, but I'd love that same opportunity. I think the two best teams in the AFC and might be in the entire NFL, Seattle's intriguing to me right now, but I'm being a prisoner of the moment a little bit with that. I think the two best teams reside in the AFC, and I think they're the Indianapolis Colts at 1, and I think it's the Denver Broncos at about like 1B right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The gap has shrunk quite a bit.
There is no spoon. There is no gap. The Broncos are right there. Now, there will be a gap. There will be. I mean, they're going to announce a Super Bowl winner. Somebody's going to compete to win that championship. So the gap will be created. But that's the nice thing. In my opinion, there is no gap between these top AFC teams, and the Broncos are right there in that mix. But you create the gap. It's a competition, right, Carnal?
Yes, it is.
It's not just sitting around.
Always.
Let's just see what happens. You create the gap. So then the question must become this. Who's most likely to create the largest gap? You have a gap for the Baltimore Ravens, who are trying to catch back up, and if they do, look out. That's a big come postseason time. but of, let's say, the Bills, the Colts, the Chiefs, the Broncos, of this cluster of top AFC teams. Notice I didn't mention Pittsburgh. Of these top real AFC teams, not the frauds like Pittsburgh, but like of the real AFC teams, who is most likely to create a gap, and then who is most likely to distance themselves? And is the answer not Denver? Because I'll tell you who the answer is. It's the team that has hardware. It's the Kansas City Chiefs. That's why you have a 2-game lead on Kansas City. And even if, God forbid, you drop the Raiders game, and even if, God forbid, you drop the Chiefs game, they'll still be a half game behind you in the standings because of your lead right now.
7-5, right?
Yes, exactly. And they have a bye week this week. So they can only be, even if things fall apart in the next 2 games for the Broncos, they can only be a half game behind you. So you're still in the lead. But you've got to maintain this lead, because who can create a gap? It's Kansas City. We haven't seen the offense be consistent enough to say, assuredly, the Broncos can create that gap. And the Steelers may be a fraud, but they might have shown the rest of the league how to deal with Daniel Jones last week. So I can't even say the Colts would be the team that creates the gap. The Colts are in this mix, and they're playing their best football.
They are.
The Broncos aren't playing their best football, and they're right there at the top of this mix.
And what if that pendulum swings?
Exactly, because you're not always going to stay down.
No.
You're not always going to be inconsistent. Are you playing your best football at the right time? I know Kansas City will.
That's interesting about the Colts to think about. They came out of the gates fighting.
Hot.
And they really haven't let up until they run into the Pittsburgh Steelers, and let's see what that looks like. But everybody always says, actually, we want to be playing our best football right before Christmas and then carry that into the postseason.
Yep.
With what the Colts have done, and dude, we're in week 10. How much grace do they have to kind of fall off for a couple of weeks? Because then the rest of these teams figuring out who they are, close that gap that you were talking about, and then seeding and all that stuff becomes of it. If the Colts keep this up, they'll be the first team in the history of NFL to play week 1 through the end of their season, be it whatever it ends in the postseason for the Colts, because they're going to the postseason, to play the top brand of football for a full consecutive season.
I
don't
personally
think they can do it.
I personally believe that the Indianapolis Colts are last year's Minnesota Vikings.
So the clock strike midnight at like week 15.
And I believe that the New England Patriots are last year's version of the Broncos. So who are the Chiefs and who are the Broncos? You write your own story in football and in life. What kind of story is Sean Payton setting to write?
Hope it's a good one. Hope it is a good one. We'll find out what kind of changes Sean's going to make with a short week. And we got to talk about the big challenge that comes with the Las Vegas Raiders. His name is Brock Bowers. VJ talked about the special tight end in silver and black yesterday, and we'll check in with VJ next.
The Fan Flyaway is back, presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, DenverSports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money, all included. Head to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. DenverSports 1043 The Fan.
Hey, it's Mike Evans with Todd Whalen from Advanced Tax Solutions. Well, Todd, with the IRS away during this government shutdown, awesome opportunity for people to take care of their IRS problems.
Yeah, I know it's a little bit counterintuitive, but if you think about it, there's nobody trying to get a solution right now. So if you're thinking like an offer and compromise, now's the time to get it done. If you wait until the hordes show back up and the IRS is super aggressive, you've waited too long. If you owe the IRS money, this is the perfect time to submit an offer and compromise. It won't get better than this. It really does seem like, wow, hey, who cares? IRS isn't even sending notices. But if you don't want to be at the back of the line, because they are going to open again, and they're going to be aggressive. They need money. So now's the time. Get to the front of the line and get a solution while it's friendly. Don't wait for the fire. Do it now.
With more than 30 years of fighting and winning against the IRS, this is the guy you want in your corner. Todd Whalen, Advanced Tax Solutions. Give them a call today, 303-753-6040.
At Postman Law, we're not your typical personal injury firm. Our lawyers have argued and won at the United States Supreme Court. We've gone head-to-head with giant corporations like Uber and Amazon, and we've helped clients recover billions in verdicts and settlements. We bring that same firepower to every case, no matter the size. When you've been injured, having the right lawyer matters. Call 844-POSTMAN or visit postmanlaw.com. Others promise, Postman delivers.
Call 844-POSTMAN. Attorney Advertising.
Another summer is ended, and you may have noticed that your energy is lower, your workouts aren't as productive, perhaps you aren't sleeping as well and feel foggy all the time. Maybe even your sex drive is off. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. And if you're experiencing some or all of these symptoms, it's likely you have low testosterone. And if that's what's going on with you, don't wait. You need to call us at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and get treated for your low T. Because living with low testosterone is no way to live. With our low T treatments, if you're like most guys, your life will change considerably. Improved sleep, better energy, greater gains in the gym, better mental clarity, and your sex drive will likely improve as well. Plus, most men see these results in just a few weeks. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Hey, it's Stink here, and my gal Bonnie says O'Meara has 1,000 vehicles, including cars, trucks, and SUVs.
Right now, the lowest lease payments ever on trucks, like Ford Bronco, $479, or Ford F-150, $449, and 0% interest is available.
So 1,000 vehicles and 0% interest?
That's right. Lease a Ford Bronco, $479 a month, or Ford F-150, $449 a month. At O'Meara, we make it fast, fun, and easy. O'MearaFord.com.
Stock SKF 18820, SLA 87980. Excludes tax, government fees, and a $7.99 dealer handling fee.
She misses her friends more than she can imagine, but she's proud to be serving her country. He thinks of his wife and his children every minute of every day, but he knows he's protecting and preserving freedom for them and for the nation. They're the members of our United States military. Hundreds of thousands of brave men and women have served before them. Others follow their footsteps. They are our country's finest. This is Glenn Jamron for the Alpine Bank family, member FDIC. November 11th, our nation officially pays tribute to all veterans. But here at Alpine Bank, there isn't a day that goes by that we don't give thanks for those who have served and are serving. Alpine Bank, committed to Colorado and you.
Hey guys, boy Stink here today about my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if you can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house all cash and he can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
Need a new water heater? Euro Plumbing has lifetime warranties, great financing, and low pricing. 720-500-3000. 720-500-3000.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
You're listening to Dover and Cecil on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, we're still using our breaks to crush this delicious Twin Peaks grub they sent us. Again,
Thank you, Twin Peaks.
Shout out to them. Just what the doctor ordered on a day like this. Cease where one more sleep away from the Broncos and the Raiders getting it on. The Broncos were able to complete the sweep a year ago, but not too far removed from the Raiders handling their business against the Broncos.
For years.
For all of those years. And now they're down, right? They're still figuring some things out. They have no clue what they're doing at the quarterback spot. Pete Carroll, a good coach, but interesting to let a guy that old take over a team that needs a complete rebuild and a reboot. But that's where they are. One player they have that we all know, that we all certainly respect, is, of course, tight end Brock Bowers. And he's in his second year. His hairline would tell you he's much older than that, but he's in his second year, and he's a big problem. The Broncos can't cover tight ends. They're about to, tomorrow night, face the toughest tight end in all of the world to cover. VJ was asked about that challenge that is Brock Bowers on Tuesday.
He's special. You know, obviously last year, the first game we played him, he kind of hurt us a little bit, a couple big plays. And the second time we played him, we put Patrick on him. I mean, he's that kind of a player. Watching this year, obviously his healthiest and best game was last week, unfortunately for us. He had a big game again. I mean, he has got the size and the speed of an NFL receiver, but the size of a tight end. So the toughest job with him is getting him tackled. You know, you can kind of cover him with a safety or a defensive back body, but can you get him on the ground? You know, after he catches the ball. He made 4 or 5 big plays last week, was just catching the 10-yard spot route, and the rack after is major. So having a great plan to kind of get him rerouted early and just keep the coverage top down on him is going to be important to win a game.
That's certainly an understatement there. You got to keep him in control to win the game. VJ referenced the first Brock Bowers game against the Denver Broncos, where he had 8 catches, targeted 12 different times, 97 yards, and where's the touchdowns at here? I believe he had a touchdown because it was not the slip that we talked about so much. And then if you go to game 2, they kept him a little bit more in control, still had the 10 targets, 4 catches for 38 yards there. So they did a better job in this game. But Cecil, it is, I know you're a big Ashton Jeanty guy, but Ashton Jeanty versus Broncos defensive line, obviously leaning towards the Broncos.
I'm taking the Broncos,
line.
yeah.
But Alex Singleton, Dre Greenlaw, Justin Chenard, insert name here against Brock Bowers, I probably have to lean towards the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, it's something that bears watching because right now in the 5 games that he's played, of course missing time due to injury, 5 for 103, 5 for 38, 4 for 38, 5 for 46, 12 for 127, and 3 touchdowns.
Damn.
That's what he's done this year. Now coming off of the largest game, of course, against Jacksonville, can you keep him around that 40, I'll even give it a little benefit, like 50-yard range? I'm not sure. You're dealing with a team that dealt Jacoby Myers away, so they're down a receiver, and that's a team that needs offensive weapons in a bad way. So where will they be going with the ball? Lots and lots and lots of Brock Bowers. Of course, they did pick up Tyler Lockett when he asked for his release from the Titans.
Oh, that's right.
Lockett goes to the Raiders there. So Trey Tucker, Tyler Lockett, Jack Beck, none of those guys. I even like Dante Thornton, but none of those guys are a real threat to this Broncos secondary. Brock Bowers is an incredible threat.
Is that something where, like, all right, you're Vance Joseph. I'm taking away Brock Bowers, and it's what I say all the time. If Ashton Jeanty as a rookie beats me and gets by that stout defensive line, you shake his hand and say, whoa, didn't think you could do it, young fella. Who's even going to be their quarterback? Whoever their quarterback is, what? Can you beat me downfield? I doubt you can. And if you do, we just say congratulations. You did something we didn't think you could do. I would do it. You're bracketing Brock Bowers. You're giving him multiple looks. As VJ just alluded to, they switched to PS2 a year ago. Obviously don't have that luxury right now. But, dude, I would almost like approach this as like a defensive assignment from an NBA player. Like, oh, we got the best scorer in the league. I'm giving him 7 different looks. I'm going to annoy the hell out of him all day. I'm going to make his life a living hell for 60 straight minutes with double teams.
I love it. It's absolutely wonderful because here's the thing. I think you use Jahdae Barron to bracket Brock Bowers.
Like they did with Jake Ferguson.
Mm-hmm. Is Barron your tight end eliminator? Because everyone, and I get it still on my timeline of like, why the Broncos draft the corner? Okay. He's more than just a corner. Jahdae Barron is a star. And wherever you put him on the field, if you task him with shutting down a player, he's got the capability. Now, is the plan working? Does Bowers get you? Whatever. But I think a Barron bracket is what's going to be called for with Bowers on Thursday night.
I like that. The Barron bracket.
Barron bracket,
the tight end stopper right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. By the way, I just got to read a quick text. Somebody loving your work here, Cecil. The massive arsenal of pop culture references, second to none. I personally believe that you bleepin' rule, Cecil.
I do in a pinch. Right?
What a great text right there. We appreciate that a ton. Yeah, man, I look at this as hey, again, I know what the Raiders are. They're not a good football team right now. But Brock Bowers is a legitimate threat that can get going, start to cook, give a quarterback confidence, and then all of a sudden you're in a dogfight against the Las Vegas Raiders on a Thursday night football game. I don't believe that's going to happen, but it's certainly a possibility. I look at this of if you got a tight end, a stopper like Jahdae Barron with a little bit of help of a inside linebacker, and you shut down Brock Bowers, some of those numbers you rattle off, like a 4 for 38 night, if that's what they can keep Brock in check in, they're winning this thing by 3 scores.
That's a great game.
If they can't, I'm nervous that it is tight in the third quarter with a little bit of who can win with pressure on them in the latter stages of the game.
Let's put 50 on it. Just to 50, that's
50
the
bucks?
number. No. 50 is in, that's just what he's going to.
Okay.
You got to keep him around that. If you're able to do that, and I would even genuflect and say just keep him under 100. He's that sort of player. But now, here I tell you, Riley Moss versus Trey Tucker.
I like Riley. Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about Riley Moss versus Nico Collins.
You know what Trey Tucker's going to have a lot of? Incompletions.
I could even hear it when you did it. Incomplete. Look out. Right?
I mean, that's the only advantage I see from the Raiders is Brock Bowers. And that's if, VJ would never do this. That's if he asks his inside linebacker to cover him exclusively. And there's no chance Vance would do that.
Now, we are working with an NFL tool, so we're going to bring up how many times the jumbo package is used. That'll be for tomorrow's show. So, Kev, make sure to put a pin in that because I want to talk about that. If you have a commitment to running the ball, I believe you can run on the Broncos with a guy like Ashton Jeanty. But in order to have that commitment of running the ball, you've got to keep the game close. And I'm not sure, based on how the Raiders don't play defense, they don't get pressure, Bo Nix is going to be operating with no pressure. I like that for the Denver Broncos a lot. So if the Raiders were able to hang, I believe they could run the ball. Because they'll give Jeanty 25 carries for 3 yards a carry. They don't even care.
Well, they'd love to have the ball with time of possession.
Exactly.
As long as they could.
So let's watch out for this. I think there's a little more danger here than we're thinking. I'm not going to overlook the Raiders. I'm not saying you are either.
Dude, I'll never overlook a division
But
opponent,
it's something
ever.
to go through in tomorrow's show. Mile High Moments, 3 keys to the game, talking to Pritch. We got it all for
It'll
you.
be fun tomorrow. Kev, you got a little Brock
You know,
news
I was
for
just
us?
thinking, everyone said that we should take Brock Bowers over Bo Nix. He's 0-2 against Bo Nix. Just throwing that out there.
There you go.
I just got to throw that stat out there. And I might look at some other stats of the first 11 picks against Bo Nix. So maybe we can have that for tomorrow. So, yeah.
I like that. Brock or Bo? The answer is easy.
Wow,
It's Bo.
Bo's being passive-aggressive, and so is Kev.
Hey.
I like when Petty Kevin is my favorite.
It's the best Kevin. Yes,
That's the guy I like the most.
Some of these commercial breaks.
All right, we got to come back, wrap it up. We'll put a bow on this thing and get ready to hand off to the drive. Nuggets, Heat, 7 o'clock tonight. What do we expect? And this Julian Strawther versus Peyton Watson minutes off of the bench game. Let's talk about that coming up next.
Will the Broncos avoid the trap game and earn their first divisional win of the season? Will Bo Nix and Evan Ingram finally get on the same page? We'll break it all down in the Fan Football Postgame Show, live on game day starting at the 2-minute warning. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Philip Lindsay here. And last year, I went a little rogue and dropped a discount code for my friends at Hermes Worldwide. And you guys used it so much, they almost got mad at me. Well, I'm feeling a little spicy again this season. So I'm bringing it back, baby. You can get 30% off your ride to the game with Hermes Worldwide for your entire season. All you have to do is mention the code PL30. Again, mention PL30 when you book your luxury transportation to Empower Field. And contact Hermes Worldwide at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Go Broncos!
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whether you're into local craft brews, adventurous cocktails, or ice-cold 29-degree drafts, they've got your drink. Pair it with scratch-made favorites from their special menu. And you've got the perfect way to wind down or turn up. Whatever your vibe, Twin Peaks is your go-to for the best happy hour in the league. See you tonight at Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Cutarelli Vision. I wore glasses for a long time, but when I started needing reading glasses to see menus, text, read stats, to see my computer, I decided to go to Dr. Cutarelli at Cutarelli Vision for refractive lens exchange. It was a game changer for me, and it could be for you too. Join Dr. Cutarelli for his live webinar November 12th at noon to learn about refractive lens exchange from Cutarelli Vision. This free webinar is the perfect opportunity to meet Dr. Cutarelli and have him answer all your questions about Cutarelli Vision RLE. Questions like, what is refractive lens exchange? How is it different from LASIK? How much does it cost? Cutarelli Vision is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. He can tell you when it's your right time for RLE, like he did me. Register for the webinar at coloradorle.com. It's November 12th at noon. Cutarelli Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contact lenses, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
At Ameristar, the best memories don't trend, they last. They're stories we're still telling 20 years later, like winning big at a table with your closest friends, or going all out on a night you hope lasts forever. Like watching your team clinch the playoffs on a giant screen, or stepping away for a weekend you'll never forget. Whatever you do it for the memories, and we'll do everything we can to make them last. Ameristar Blackhawk. Come visit or book your next memories at AmeristarBlackhawk.com. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. Imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids are going to grow, new memes will come out, but also, what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Well, thanks to Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you actually don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most, that finds and fixes any issues before you even notice them. It's like a super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from threats online. Plus, you get incredible gaming speeds on multiple devices with no one battling for bandwidth. For the next 5 years, all your devices are going to be working in perfect harmony, and you get our best equipment with no annual contracts, no fees, no strings attached. So even though your kids will grow up and you still won't understand what 6-7 means, your internet will stay sharp, reliable, and most importantly, the price will stay put. All with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only.
Joel Klatt, the nation's leading voice in college football, joins Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth every Wednesday morning. Presented by Groove Toyota. Here we go. Tune in at 8:10 for exclusive insight, bold analysis, and maybe just a hint of shenanigans. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Dover and Cecil on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Man, all I see is final segment here on a Wednesday. One more day until the Broncos and Raiders will get it on. You know what I'm really always fired up for Broncos games?
Yeah, of course.
You told me or was it Monday? And I had just forgot because I was so lost in the sauce of what the game was on Sunday. Tomorrow night, we get the Broncos and Raiders on Prime with next-gen vision.
Yeah, Prime Vision.
Prime Vision. I've never seen it with the Broncos. I get to see what Cortland's doing on the outside, where Troy's going on the outside.
Right. It was so funny last year when they played the Saints on Prime Vision, and AI will predict where the weak spot of the defense was. It was exactly Justin Sternad.
It does that little circle around him. Yeah.
Like, it almost does the Waterboy kicker for you. You're like, oh, there it is. And it was just, now Justin Sternad is better this year.
He is.
But at that moment, I just thought it was hilarious that AI was predicting the weak spot of the Broncos defense, and the circle was right over Justin Sternad.
What happens if the Broncos are on special teams? Does it just go straight to the sideline on Rizzy?
It's just him.
And the weakness is right there.
Oh, God, that was good, Kevin.
Third and long, it's Sean Payton's play sheet. Screen pass.
That's a highlight of a screen pass on 3rd and 13. Prime Vision was really live. That's what it should be. They should be asking us where they go with that. So,
I could change Kev's mind. I was thinking this last night as I was studying Sean McVay's offense. I could change Kev's mind about the screens. They don't run screens the right way here. It's Sean Payton. It's his design.
So it works in Los Angeles.
It's awful. Yeah, because they do escort motion. Escort motion, exit motion, insert motion.
Talk to me about those a little bit. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, exit motion is when you're in a tight formation and you exit. You go away from the play, usually to draw the defense for one-on-one coverage, and you do it at the last minute. So, you're bunched up, and so the defense is clustered. Then all of a sudden, I personally would send Troy Franklin in exit motion to get him one-on-one on the outside, and the defense doesn't have enough time to react because you motion him and snap the ball. So he's getting a running start, essentially.
It's like the Canadian Football League of
Exactly.
motion.
And that's what Sean McVay is doing. Insert motion is when he's taking Puka Nacua, of all people.
It's pretty important to them, right?
And using him almost as a lead blocker, even on screens for other players. So you motion a guy over to look like he's going to run a route, but instead he's blocking. And Sean Payton doesn't do any of these sort of wrinkles. Motion and movement and sequencing are the hot trends. It's so hot right now in the NFL. Sean Payton does not do any of this.
He kind of goes with the old, hey, I got two guys over here.
Yeah.
They're both 7 yards away from the line of scrimmage. That's the read.
Yes. Yeah. And, defense already know what's coming.
Yeah. And the speed that they have these days to close that gap.
Yes.
It's just you're not making the first man miss in time by the time the troops come and rally.
Dare I say, Sean Payton's offense is too predictable. Those screen passes are too predictable. And the way they set them up, there's no creativity in a similar way to what you see the Seattle Seahawks do with Clint Kubiak, what you see the Los Angeles Rams do with Sean McVay. So there's ways to, hey, you want to run screens? Okay, you can do that. You put some window dressing on it. Right now, and not in this game because they're simplifying things. Yeah. But I would like some window dressing that makes sense for Sean Payton's offense. And by that, I just mean some more motion and those three motions that are the modern motions everybody's using. I'd like to see Sean implement a bit of that going forward.
I like that. I really like this text. I don't think we have a name on this text. Don't forget, throw your name on your text so we give you a shout-out on the show. They write, hey, Cecil, hey, Dover. We don't want to overlook the Raiders, but if we can get a W tomorrow and then beat the Chiefs, they're going into the bye, which you've been calling for, Cecil, at 9-2, and the Chiefs would be 5-5. You'd go into the bye, first place in the division, with 4 more wins than the Kansas City Chiefs and 3 less losses than the Kansas City Chiefs. And it would be November 30th by the time they played football again. We'd be turning the calendar to December with a giant lead ahead of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Dude, if they beat the Kansas City Chiefs, instead of bringing you all those beautiful gas station burritos,
oh, they're so good.
I'm going to bring you some pizza so then I can recreate Martin Lawrence in Blue Streak when he's dressed up and got to chomp it up, that pizza. I'm going to chomp it up, right? I will be exactly like Martin Lawrence. I'll even go crazy like Martin Lawrence did. I'll come back. It's fine.
Yeah. I would love to see you with those teeth.
I just chomp it up.
Sweatsuit
I see a pizza around me, I got to chomp it up.
That's one of the greatest characters inside of a character of all time.
Yes.
So good.
One
of our buddies texting in here on the RamosLaw.com text line. This is awesome. This is exactly what we're looking for when we're doing a radio show. For the record, whenever I listen to The Tribe, I feel like I'm sitting around with my buddies enjoying stuff. And I love it, says the texter. That's exactly what we're trying to do every single day. I'm glad that that's coming across because if all of us were together, that log cabin that me and Cecil are building and going to invite you guys to in 20 years, this is what we're going to do. We're going to sit around, we're going to do what he's saying, and we're going to talk a little junk.
It's just like we're at a sports bar.
Yeah.
Or at a hash bar or a hookah bar or whatever. Like, we're there.
Are those real?
We're there with you.
We love it, man. We love it that you guys are a part of this. And we always tell you.
Tribe meetup in Amsterdam.
Dude, I am in. Santa Clara first, Amsterdam second.
Maybe that's our reward. Broncos win the Super Bowl. We get the reward. We go to Amsterdam.
I am so going to die.
Yes, you are.
You would not be
you
ready.
Do everything we do.
You would not be ready. You would not. No, it would be bad. I would actually tell you to stay home.
Good.
No, you come, but like 2 or 3 nights when we're really going to get after it, then he stays home.
Well, we know, and I can't say. I would love to say his name because it would be funny. But we know an NFL player that wasn't about that life, and you know exactly who it is. And when he would go out and all the fellas would go out, oh, there's the narc.
Yeah.
They didn't like hanging out with him because he wouldn't enjoy things the way that they enjoyed things, all things, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. Hey, listen, guys like, Teetotaler and True Blue and all that, that's awesome, dude. Yeah. That's incredible. But just know that your boys didn't like you.
That's like, my wife's my best friend. Oh, don't tell that guy anything. That's what that is.
That's exactly what that is.
I like that story. We should tell more of those.
She's not your best friend now.
All right, Cecil, let's talk about this Nuggets game tonight. Nuggets and Heat. The Heat have actually struggled for almost a decade here in Colorado. They did win NBA Finals Game 2, I believe it was, in here at Ball Arena, but outside of that, it's literally been 8 years since they've won a regular season game against the Denver Nuggets. They do have Bam. Norman Powell's back, healthy, starting to fill it up a little bit. But the Heat aren't very good. I think this is more of a conversation about what the Nuggets can do. Do they play their opponent for a full 48 minutes and not the clock in the final 12? Will Joker get another triple-double? Will we see Jamal bounce back and have an efficient shooting night? He wasn't bad the other night. He just didn't shoot the ball efficiently. What version of Christian Brown shows up? Here's kind of something I'm keeping an eye on every game, and I know you are too, of, all right, Cam, are you getting a little more familiar with your role? Are you moving a little bit more without the basketball? Are you taking a good jump shot rather than pushing something towards the rim because you don't want to let Nikola down? And then this is the one I definitely want to talk about with you. Strother or Watson? It's not one of and not the other, but it's how much of versus how much of this guy. I want to see more Julian Strother. We said it yesterday, or whenever we did
2 days ago.
2 days ago. The ceiling for Julian Strother is so much higher than that of Payton Watson. The only thing that Payton Watson can do better than Julian Strother is defend. And the way the team is built now with Bruce Brown and Jonas Valanciunas on the bench, you don't necessarily need him to come in and be this defender, but you need somebody that can handle the ball, create their own shot, make wide open threes, and then have a little bit of a running floater game like Julian has. I want to see this pendulum start to swing. It's a lot on David Adelman and what he's looking for, but man, I just think Julian Strother can bring so much more off the bench than Payton Watson.
Let's play the game then. Have we seen the best of Payton Watson?
Yes.
Have we seen the best of Julian Strother?
Have not.
No, not even close. Mm-mm. With Strother, that's the thing. Like, where is that upside? I mean, I know there's a ceiling, but where is it? It's pretty sky high if we talk about Julian Strother. Now, he has to hit and everything has to be perfect, 100%. And he's not going to do that right now. He's still a young player, but a young player that's learning discipline. Discipline within his own game, when and where to take those shots. Yep. He's got to be able to hit them, be comfortable on the floor, and then show that in the ball handling ability as well. Don't be all willy-nilly, getting wild with the basketball. When you get the rock, either do that floater, that driving floater you do, or just shoot that three from the outside.
And even think about what the second unit offense can be when it's Julian over Payton. You can have Bruce bring the ball up the floor. Then you go, hey, Tim Hardaway, and it's almost vice versa. You have Tim Hardaway and Julian Strother setting off-ball screens for one another. You're Tim, I'm Julian. You got the hot hand, Tim. Let me come get a screen for you. Catch, curl, shoot, knock down jump shots. I'm Julian. You're Tim. I got the hot hand, Tim. Come set a screen for me. I'm going to catch, curl, shoot. I got the hot hand. Let's keep this thing rolling. It just opens up so much more with Julian on the floor. And then if the shooting isn't what's getting it done, you still have spacing in the corners, and you give the big fellow the basketball, and he punks and bullies on the block the dude trying to guard him, backs his ass down under the basket, turns around and makes a layup.
Yep.
You just have more options with spacing with Julian on the floor.
And just think about that. Last year, you didn't have any of this.
No.
You had none of this available to you. Julian wasn't that, and you didn't have Timmy. So Timmy there makes the difference, and Coach Adelman is really good at playing that hot hand. Also, something we didn't talk about from the Kings game, and it's something in my notes for this game. They had a season-low 8 turnovers.
Damn, I didn't even realize that.
Against the Kings. I didn't either.
That's great.
But in researching this game and looking forward to the Nuggets, we're going to be dialed in. We're going to be rooting on this team. I'll tell you, there's Nuggets fans, and then there's Nuggets fans, and we are the Nuggets fans. So I'm going to be looking forward to seeing if they take care of the ball in a similar fashion in the way that they did against Sacramento. So instead of season low 8 turnovers, how about season low 7 turnovers against the Heat tonight?
That goes back to some of the Jamal stuff. Of not making shots, 7 assists, 2 turnovers.
Yes.
8 assists, 3 turnovers, like a +5 assist to turnover ratio. If you're not making your shots and you're doing that, you're still very, very much a part of the success
And I
on
don't
this team.
mind if Jamal is cold once in a while. It happens. It happens. It's the NBA. You're not going to be on every night. But when he is cold, as he was against Sacramento, if you can do the little things and just play some hustle defense, he's never going to be a great defender. But I love the hair.
I like it when it's braided, too.
I like the hair. I was thinking about doing that.
I did it in Mexico. Remember?
I know, you did. Pictures. They were good before you cut your hair. I almost called you a dirty name.
That was a real moment there.
I'm still upset. I'm still upset because, when you braided your hair, it looked cool.
Yeah, I felt weird, but I hoped it looked cool.
It's all good. You had the braids. It was good. I like the effort that we're seeing from Jamal. The dialed in, being focused, being serious. Want to see more of that tonight. And again, you had a season low in turnovers against the Kings. Do it tonight.
One of our texters said they want to see Val and Joker on the floor at the same time. I think we'll get that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it as well. So big night tonight for the Nuggets. Tomorrow, right back in the NFL world with the Broncos, kicking off week number 10. We'll be all over it tomorrow.